7. I really don't know how long of stuff we've done, so we'll just keep an eye on it.
For nearly 30 years, we have been a business to be partners in your success.
We are currently in our 10th year of operations here at Bet Roofing. One of the most exciting things about owning a business has been just seeing us grow over the course of that decade, from starting out again pretty small to what we're able to accomplish in the amount of square footage of roof we put on.
So this year will be our first year of being full-time roofing. So kind of what our plan is to keep on doing what we're doing right now, but obviously we want to expand and grow upon the business and probably branch out into different communities in North Iowa.
One of the things that we really pride ourselves on at BET Roofing is the people that sell you your roof, the people that give you estimates, are the ones that actually are on the job site every single day, putting shingles on your roof, looking over projects, and just making sure that things are held to the highest quality that you would expect for your home. We know that roofing can be a pretty crucial part to protecting your house from the elements, so we make sure to be as responsive as possible to get out to your house, and if we need to cover something up short term, but we try to also make a priority of as our customers contact us and reach out to us, getting them on the list and moving forward as soon as possible.
I enjoy the manual labor of it. Some people don't enjoy that, but I'm one of those people that do, and I enjoy the work. It's very fulfilling, and you get to see what you accomplished every day, and working with the people is probably one of the biggest things that I enjoy too. It's fun to seeing people satisfied with the work you do.
One of my favorite parts about roofing is seeing the physical progress you make on the job site each day. You get a lot of satisfaction from driving by properties you've done in the past and seeing what you've done and being proud of what you're able to accomplish. Definitely is a lot of hard work, but it's definitely worth it in the end as well.
As a family-owned business since 1922, we have a good feel for what it takes to be a strong and growing member of the local economy. Our hope is that our customers and employees have a warm and welcoming experience each and every time. We strive to communicate a clear vision and plan for individuals, our company, and our community's success. We work to ensure that the quality of all of our people, our products, and our services stand the test of time. If you would be a good fit for our company in a mechanical or managerial position, we would love to hear from you. Benefits include competitive pay, 401k, health, dental, and life insurance, flexible spending accounts, vacation, and holiday pay. Because we believe it's more than just a place to work. It's a place to call home.
Is he slow? Oh, heck no. It's not your average Joe. Right here on Saints TV.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a wet and rainy Lake Mills.
Look at it rain.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. What a night here. Week eight. Candle Genius here with Not Your Average Joe. And we're here to call the game as we see it. Not that we're like super professional or anything, but you know what? We like to talk about what we see.
That's right.
And you don't have to listen. You can mute us if you want to.
Yeah.
But
a couple of guys talking about football, right?
That's all it is.
Watching kids that love to play the game, and giving a few comments as we go.
You got it. We like to think that we're insightful, but in either case, hey, this is a really big game tonight. It's a game, Week 8. It's a pretty unique situation where Week 8, You've got an undefeated Saints team playing a Lake Mills team who lost only one game of the season just last Friday night. This game means a bunch. Yeah. Like, this is a super important game for both teams. And, Joe, I know you got a lot of insights on that, so I'll let you take it from here.
You bet. Quasi-district championship game in terms of an actual district championship game for your Saints, right? Absolutely. We control our own destiny. Win tonight, win a district championship, be the number 1 seed, be the number 1 overall seed going into the state playoffs. Doesn't get any better than that.
That's a good spot to be.
If you'd told the coaches, hey, I tell you what, 2 months ago, we'll just be the number 1 overall seed going in. How's that sound? They'd have said, yeah, how do we make that happen? So, and to arrive at week 8 with that opportunity in front of you, man, that's, I think a testament to what these kids did in the offseason and what the coaches did in that offseason to help prepare them, and then the execution has been just off the charts all season long, and really fun to watch. For Lake Mills, they have just as much to play for, right?
Yes,
with that one loss, of course, West Hancock has one loss. Let's back up a little bit. Lake Mills lost to West Hancock last week. Of course, in week 3, we beat West Hancock. Okay, so both those teams have one loss. So Lake Mills beats us tonight. Now everybody has one loss, right? We all beat each other.
Yes.
And we go to this crazy tiebreaker point system that we just don't want to be in. Let's just not do that.
There's a way to avoid that.
There is a way to avoid that.
And we hope that happens tonight. But you're
Correct.
right. Lake Mills is hungry. They want this. They want a chance to have that district championship for themselves. And they know this is their chance to get it in spite of last weekend's loss.
Correct. They can erase that pain of last Friday night, this Friday night. And that's what high school football is all about, right? Is that you get that opportunity to do that. So I expect them to bring it tonight. Their home field, a whole bunch on the line for both teams. Saints looking for 8-0 and look to hang on to that number 1 spot going into the playoffs. So the Saints lead the series 8-1. I believe they've ripped off 8 in a row since 2009. There's, in terms of stats and records that are available online, you can look back to 2008 pretty easy in Iowa high school sports through the website that's out there. So, in 15 years, we've played them 9 times, won 8 of them, and almost all of the recent ones, I think we lost in 2008 to Lake Mills was the last time. But obviously, history doesn't necessarily predict the future here, and especially in football. So the Saints are going to have to bring it tonight. Look forward to a great game. The weather is the great equalizer, and obviously we'll have that tonight to deal with. So there's going to be a slippery football out there, some footing problems likely. It's rained for going on 2 solid days, and I imagine that is in the minds of the players as well. So something that we'll keep an eye on tonight.
Absolutely. And there's hope. There's a chance. There's a chance that this rain will stop before the game starts. But like you said, that field is going to be wet. It's going to be slippery. And it won't be long before we're going to find out exactly what impact that's going to have on both these teams. But stick around. We're going to come back here with players to watch. So stay tuned.
Our 124,000 square foot facility houses the latest in design, manufacturing, and finishing technology. And most importantly, it is home to a dedicated group of team members committed to providing the best products and services for our customers.
We have a lot of honest, hardworking employees working together to create the best product and get it to our customers in the most time-efficient manner to keep the ag industry moving.
I would say that the key for Wold's success is truly in our employees and the fact that they care so much and are so passionate about the wheel that they build or the wheel that they ship out.
Our advanced powder coating process provides a durable, uniform, and protective surface and is available in a variety of colors. Powder coating is the fastest growing finishing technology in America and is friendly to the environment.
It's top-notch equipment that we use. We use all nice GEMA spray equipment guns. I mean, they're top of the line, and it just makes everything easier when you have good tools and to work with.
Most of our welding is still done by hand, but our robotic welder is designed for unprecedented speed and precision and completely automates the handling and welding of component parts. CNC machines provide highly advanced automation and extremely accurate creation of parts and are utilized on both large and small orders.
We often give tours to outsiders that come in, and they're just amazed at how clean our facility is. And I have to give the kudos to our employees for caring about the space that we've given them to work in. They take a lot of pride in it.
There's been a lot of longtime employees at Wolds, and I think the customers know that, and they can see it and realize it, and I feel like that's why they keep coming back. And they know they're going to get a good product.
At Wool Rim and Wheel, customer loyalty, innovation, operational excellence, product quality, and leadership drive our mission to provide the best rims and wheels for off-road, ag, and construction equipment.
If you or someone you know is in the market for quality Iowa farm ground, there's 215 acres available just south of Saint Ansgar. Contact Elaine Govern at Govern Farms and Homes at 641-985-4030 for more information.
Consumer loans for real estate, automobiles, RVs, and dreams. Whether you are buying your first home, taking a dream vacation, or paying for life's little extras, we have a loan that will fit your needs. Saint Ansgar State Bank, local since 1891.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. Okay, so
overly loud, but it's fine.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the commercial, and I'm going to go on and just do a quick sound check. All right. Candle Genius here, and I am doing what?
Our voices are coming through on
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Hey, we're doing a little bit of a sound check here because, and if you could listen to us, I think we've got some audio inconsistencies that I want to make sure we're covering here, and we're not getting any overlap on this video. So just a quick interruption to the pregame here. We're going to go back to that here in just a second, but we want to see what we're getting. So we'll listen to that. All right, we're going to go work on those. We're going to take a look at those settings, and we're going to get you back to the pregame here right now.
At Johnson Oil, we're in business to be partners in your success.
This broadcast brought to you in part by Colbert Realtors, service you can depend on, know-how you can count on.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Prairie Lakes Church in Osage. Services are every Sunday at 9 and 10:30 a.m.
Look at some Saints highlights from last week.
Starts out with a really fun play here. The first punt of the game for West Fork gets to Tyke Remster, and Tyke, I think I said on the broadcast, is gone. And I like that expression. And boy, is it fun to watch the blocking on this play. Tyke Remster does the rest, takes it to the house. Quick start for your Saints. If you remember, they were up 14-0 before the offense touched the ball last week.
One thing I want to point out here as we head into this next play, the scoreboard on this is not accurate. I mean, this scoreboard is right, but it's not right.
The overlay from Huddle is not correct.
Correct. So.
44-yard touchdown pass, quick hit from Jay Schwiesau to Connor King up the sideline. Again, the blocking's tremendous, and Connor King just knows where that sideline is, finds it, beats a guy, and goes into the end zone. He's done it all year, whether it's running or receiving. Been a lot of fun. 35-yard touchdown pass here. This might be my favorite play of the night. Watch Hunter Hillman's hand. Boom! Big white paw goes up, wide open, into the end zone for a 35-yard touchdown from Jay Schwiesau.
A little like Randy Moss out there.
Sure did. Here's a more conventional Connor King touchdown. The old 54-yard run. Watch the blocking from the offensive line. Look at how many white shirts are laying on the ground, totally pushed out of the play. And again, Connor would be the first guy to tell you that's all on the offensive line. All I did was take the ball and go find the end zone with it. And the last 15 yards are his. So,
Definitely,
right? So maybe the first 30 belonged to the offensive line, and then the last 15, he just carried a guy with him, refused to get tackled. Here's none other than the Tyson Klein with an 11-yard touchdown run, right? All Tyson Klein does is score touchdowns. And there he got an opportunity to do it last week. Watch this one. Nice pass from backup quarterback Joe Clevenger. Hits Drew Carlson in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Hey, so these Saints look pretty good. What about Lake Mills? Stick around. We're going to come back with those highlights next.
Harvest is right around the corner, but Farmer State Bank is more than just a bank for farmers. So whether you're a small business owner, a student, or a family, FSB is the right financial solutions for you. We are a family-owned local community bank with 7 locations across North Iowa. Visit one of them today or check out our website at fsbbanks.com.
One of the things that we really pride ourselves on at BET Roofing is the people that sell you your roof, the people that give you estimates are the ones that actually are on the job site every single day, putting shingles on your roof, looking over projects, and just making sure that things are held to the highest quality that you would expect for your home.
Saint Ansgar State Bank has a strong commitment to farmers. We provide the highest level of service with quick turnaround time, competitive interest rates, flexible payment options, and the ability to work with you on any size loan. Our agricultural banking specialists are experienced in farming and understand the important role agriculture credit plays in your operation. Because of our ability to make local credit decisions, we respond quickly to your total agricultural financing needs. Saint Ansgar State Bank, helping you meet your financial goals.
All right, we're back with highlights from Lake Mills game last weekend.
Yeah, so this is early in the third quarter. This is that offense. They run that double wing offense. This is Logan Bacon here. Does a great job getting down to the goal line and fumbles there. And Wes Hancock recovers as kind of the backbreaker in that game. So that's lightning. Here's thunder, right? This is Kaufman here. You can just see what a hard runner he is. Like I said, he's kind of their Reagan Witt, Connor King kind of guy. He's just going to blast through you. They are able to pass here. This is a pass that's going to go out to Ham here. You can see that's number 24. And this is what a lot of their passing plays look like. They're going to kind of throw it up deep, let him go get it. But the offense, this double wing offense, almost always put a guy in motion. And they do a lot of this pitch stuff. So this is where your defense has to stay home. This is Bacon again. And again, your defense doesn't stay home. You're going to be in trouble on those plays. They turn those into big plays with all that misdirection. Here's the same kind of play, but now we're going to pitch it out the other direction to Manis. This is number 20, Alex Manis. And again, you've got to be home there on that back corner. You're going to get beat. And then one more quick, just short pass. They run this one quite often, looking at film. That one goes to Delger. Nothing doing. Lake Mills loses 41-0.
All right. We're going to be right back with Not Your Average Joe's Completely Average Poll. It's a super popular segment. You're not going to want to miss it, so stick around.
Soy, wax, beads. The foundation of better candle making is built on cleaner burning, soy-based candle wax. American Soy Organics. Better wax for candle makers, by candle makers.
Leaving your crops unprotected from droughts, floods, hailstorms, and pests can leave a farmer at serious risk of losing their equipment and their land, putting their family's future at risk. Beeland Ag Risk Services, your partner in crop insurance.
Nah, man, it's not a broadcast. It's a broadcastation.
Okay, we're back with a super popular segment called Not Your Average Joe's Completely Average Polls. And if you're new here, this may sound strange. The thing is, Not Your Average Joe is, he's a pretty special guy. But these polls, they're just kind of an average, right, Joe? I mean, you say you've got several polls.
Yep.
You average them all. You come up with an actual average. So we use a little play on words there. We kind of have some fun with that. But tell us what's going on this week.
Yeah, so what we do, like I said, we take those 7 polls that are out there and available. We started this early in the season as a fun way to see kind of where we stacked up at different parts of the state. And so this will be the last week of the completely average polls, and we've got Saint Ansgar number 1. So stay in the number 1 spot. Actually, there's very few changes this week. Saint Ansgar, Woodbury Central, West Hancock, Madrid, Lisbon, ACGC, Wapsie Valley continues to go up. Linville, Sully at the 8th spot. And then Lake Mills dropped out of the rankings with that loss last week to West Hancock. We've got Akron, Westfield, and East Buchanan coming in there as well. Of note, Starmont, who's in the same district as East Buchanan, is 11th in the average poll. So they're right there as well. So if we flip over to the official poll now, this is the poll that the state puts out that will be used in the playoff seeding process and who plays who down the road. So this is the poll that actually matters. There'll be one more of these released next week. And you can see a ton of similarities between the average poll. I think maybe somebody's copying off their neighbor's paper. But the official poll has your Saints at the number 1 spot, Woodbury Central 2, West Hancock 3. They continue to move up and look really good. Madrid at 4, Lisbon at 5, Wapsie Valley all the way up to 6 in this poll. They look dangerous. ACGC, same deal, undefeated. They look like the real deal there in the 7th spot. Linville, Sully, and Starmont sneaks in at number 9 in this poll. They have rattled off a bunch of wins after kind of a slow start, and they look really good there as well. Same thing with Akron Westfield, who sneaks into that 10 spot. So again, this is the poll that matters and something we'll keep an eye on. We'll show you next week. Tune in next week to the pregame. We'll get you the final Class A official poll heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, one thing I noticed here when I was looking at this official poll from the Iowa High School Athletic Association, that everything is the same this week except for number 9, where that was Lake Mills last week who fell out, and Starmont took their place. So obviously the Iowa High School Athletic Association feels pretty good about the standings that they have selected and removed a team that did lose last week. But it's fun to see these, and like you said, the similarities between the not your average or the completely average polls and this one. Hey, we got, as we approach kickoff, we have offensive and defensive lineups coming up, so stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. Okay, we're getting closer and closer to kickoff, and let's take a look at some of these guys we're going to see out there tonight.
Yeah, let's start with the Saints on offense. Looks very similar to what it has the past several weeks. No changes there. I like to take this opportunity because we don't talk about them enough in the game to talk about that offensive line. Left tackle, 68, Jacob Eberling. Left guard, Chase Nedvet. Number 77, I believe we can go with Cheesy with that one. That's his nickname and what he likes to be called. He's approved that nickname. Dylan Hansen, number 65 at center. Matthew Easley, 64 right guard, and Braden Halverson at right tackle, number 57. Again, I know we talk about it, but just the unsung heroes, the guys who don't get their names called by us very often because we're focused on the guys that have the football. But I tell you what, they would not be able to accumulate the yards they have that we talked about a few minutes ago without those guys doing the blocking, making the holes, and creating some of those opportunities. And by the way, those kids would be the first to tell you that, right? The Reagan Witts and the Connor Kings and the Christian Michaels and Jay Suisau's of the world would say none of that's possible without those guys doing their job and preventing the guy on the other side from coming across and doing some damage. So, our backfield is as strong as it's been in a long time with Reagan Witt, Connor King, Christian Michaels, and Jay Suisau. Good football brain there, has done a really nice job of coordinating that offense and hitting some of those pass plays when we need it. On the Lake Mills side of the ledger, same thing. They've got some big guys up front, some experience. They got a 280-pound dude up there on the front of their line that's going to challenge us tonight. But it all starts and goes through number 5. Running back Logan Bacon, his brother plays linebacker at Iowa State, if you've heard that name before. So, he's the real deal, and he's got 600-plus yards on the ground. Oh, and by the way, Bo Kaufman does too, right? We talked about the thunder and lightning aspect of what those two guys can bring, and they will do that tonight. It'll be a challenge for the Saints. The run defense has been our strength this year. Let's keep that going. Receiving-wise, Garrett Ham's going to be their favorite receiver. Again, we go back to the breakfast meat category of ham and bacon from the Lake Mills offense. All right, defensively, the starters look the same for your Saints as well. I'll call out Hunter Hillman and Connor King, our 2 defensive ends. Both of them have played fantastically and have really dominated that defensive line from the ends position. Last week, I always go back and kind of take a look at stats and see, when you're calling the game, it kind of happens kind of fast. And boy, I tell you what, 2 hours can go really, really fast when you're in here talking, trying to describe what you're seeing in front of you. And I thought about, how many times did I say Reagan Witt's name last week? And it was a bunch. I think he had something like 11 tackles, or 8. I think it was 8.5 as I look back. 8.5 tackles last week. He was all over the place. We will need that again tonight for your Saints defense. Lake Mills defensively, kind of they're built a lot like us. Again, they're linebackers. They're going to run a 4-man front, and then they're going to roll one of those linebackers up onto the line regularly. So we expect to see kind of a 5-man front with 4 defensive line guys and then a linebacker who's going to roll up and try to stop our run game, force us to do something different tonight. It will be a fun game to watch and see how that plays out defensively.
There may be some people out there who say, what's going on? I see these names on both of these slides, offense and defense, and if you're wondering what that is, this is Class A football, where we've got only enough players we got as many of them are playing special teams as well, right? And we're not showing that slide, but this is Class A Iowa football at its best, and this is going to be one heck of a game. But being the last regular season game, let's take a look ahead to the possibilities for the playoffs, which will start a week from tonight.
And we talked about it in the open of just what a big game this is, district championship game for your Saints. They control their own destiny, win this one, and secure that district championship and get 2 home games for sure as we go throughout those playoffs. The first round game will be next Friday, like we talked about. Win there. Move ahead to the second round game on October 27th. We're excited. We will be broadcasting those. Of course, we want you in the stands as always. If you're close, if you can't, you will be able to see both of those games on Saints TV. The quarterfinal round then, again, got to win 1, got to win 2. But if we get to that quarterfinal game, that'll be November 3rd. And there's a couple of scenarios that could play out there. That game could potentially be in Saint Ansgar if we get that far. That could also potentially be a road game. It'll all come down to who we're playing and whether or not they are also undefeated in district play. So if we're playing someone who has lost in district play, then we'll get to play at home. If we are both undefeated in district play, then it will go alphabetical from A to Z. Some years they go from Z to A. 2023 is an A to Z. So if we play, let's go back to those ranking, let's say we play Madrid in that quarterfinal game. Well, M comes before S, so that game would be at Madrid because they are also undefeated. So that's why we say we're not sure what that playoff schedule looks like, but we wanted to get that out to you. We'll spend some time on this in the pregame next week, so be sure to tune in. We'll have a little bit of a little fun with this one. As we go. The Saints, here's my bold prediction for the night. If the Saints win tonight, we will get South win next Friday night in Saint Ansgar.
That is bold.
I'm throwing it out there. There you go.
And
of course, I have no idea what the State's actually going to do, but I got to make a prediction.
Why not? Tomorrow morning, right, Saturday morning,
correct.
They announce that, correct?
Yep. Yep.
All
So
right.
those pairings will be out. There'll be 32 teams that make it. They will set up so here's part of why winning tonight is so important. We're the number 1 seed in that case, right? We get to play a number 4 seed then. A different district, so outside of our existing district, a team that finished 4th in their district. So a team that likely has something around a 500 record in that game. So those matchups become important. You get to play the 4 instead of having to play a 2 or a 3.
Got it. The importance of, as we extend deeper into this, the importance of those Iowa High School Athletic Association rankings, and you've been talking about it the whole season, saying it will matter when it comes down to scheduling these games. So this is exciting. These are exciting times. We got one thing to do first, and that's win here tonight.
Amen.
On the wet field in Lake Mills. We're going to come back here with keys to the game, so stick around.
I was an occupational therapist for about 14 years, and then I decided to join the business full-time when we had about 11 employees and developed the HR department. I got to sit down with people, get to know their stories, get to learn about their families, and really get to know who they are. Through that process, we just got to hire the best people in the world, and we really feel like we're blessed with the best.
Okay, Saints keys to victory. It's a wet night in Lake Mills. What do we need to do, Joe?
We're going to keep it simple tonight. 3 very simple suggestions. Keys to victory. Number 1, win up front. Our big guys have to outbig their big guys. That's what it comes down to. I don't care if that's offense or defense. We talked about what they do in their running game. We have to win up front. Stopping their run game starts by winning up front. And our running game success starts by winning up front. Win up front.
Makes a lot of sense.
Number 2, stop the run. And again, that really starts with 1, right? You can't do number 2 without number 1. But they are legitimately one of the best running teams in the state, I believe. And we'll have a test tonight to try to stop that. If we can stop their run and force them to attempt to pass, right? They're not Newman offensively passing-wise. I mean, we saw what we did when we stopped Newman's run. They abandoned it and beat us over the middle a couple of times on some of those passes. We would love for that to happen. With this weather conditions tonight on this field, let's stop the run and make them try to beat us through the air.
Yeah, and obviously the conditions definitely favor a running team, or a passing team is going to have some struggles tonight in the wet conditions, but that's pretty exciting game ahead of us for sure.
We talked about the wet field all night. You saw the rain in the pregame here. Hang on to the ball, right? Hang on to the football. Really easy for 2 old guys sitting up here in the warm, comfy press box. Well, okay, maybe it's not quite as warm and comfy as we want it to be, but sitting up here is pretty easy to say, just hang on to the ball. It's a lot harder to do that on that field where it's wet and dirty and there's guys trying to kill you and take that thing away from you. So it will be super important. Coaches have preached it all week. Hang on to the football. Last week, Eric, was our first week without a turnover, without a Saints turnover. So let's do that 2 weeks in a row. Tall order tonight with the field conditions the way they are, but that's going to be a key. They say in football, rain is the great equalizer, and that's because of this number 3, that it makes it very difficult to hang on to the football. Your Saints will do that tonight, and we'll go win this thing.
Well, you know what time it is. It's time to get the camera on the field, so stick around because we're going to be back right after this with opening kickoff, so stay tuned.
Saint Ansgar is a thriving community in north central Iowa with a lot to offer. Founded in 1853 by a group of Norwegian immigrant farmers, Saint Ansgar is a small town with culture, character, and charm. Known as the Garden Spot of Iowa, it is a wonderful place to grow your family or business. You might not expect all the wonderful amenities you'll find here. Within our shops, you'll find unique gifts, home decor, collectibles, and antiques. You'll also find restaurants, outdoor activities, and events. Saint Ansgar is a great place to visit any time of the year, and we take pride in our schools. Our youth are provided the highest quality education in a secure, positive, and challenging environment, empowering all students to reach their full potential. Saint Ansgar welcomes visitors and newcomers with open arms and warm smiles. Come visit and see why so many people proudly call this area home.
Dylan.
Here we go, guys. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Mics are loud. Sorry for the music. We're right behind. We're right under the speaker. Thank you, Travis. I think you just unmuted me. We are under the speaker. There is a lot of noise coming out of that thing, so we're trying to get things settled here.
It is a bit blustery here, Eric, in Lake Mills. If you are not here.
Whoa. Are you serious? I'm glad you said something.
I don't know if you can hear the hurricane force winds coming through our mics, but the good news is
here
right. We got Duke Scoop here tonight, and he is going to eliminate that wind noise with his magic sound tricks.
I'll do my best. No promises.
So he did pretty well the last time we fought the wind. We are outside here in Lake Mills again, set up on the bleachers. We are under a fantastic caravan tent, so we've kind of taken over a big section of the bleachers here. The home team fans don't know how loud we are, so they're sitting in front of us. They will not like that here in about 10 minutes. But
you think they'll hear you calling your big touchdowns?
I hope so.
Even from 2 feet away under all this wind and rain, Joe?
Let's hope we get a couple of those to talk about early tonight. The wind is coming in sideways, east-northeast wind, 17 miles an hour here in Lake Mills. This field runs north and south, so there's definitely going to be a distinct advantage to going one way in the kicking game and perhaps the passing game as well. So a half hour ago, we'd have told you, man, it's much nicer here than we ever dreamt it would have been. It was not raining or misting or whatever you call this, and the wind was down below 10 miles an hour. Now we're back up to 20 miles an hour, and we've got the mist back in the air. So it will be interesting tonight to see how the weather impacts this football game. If the wind stays down, I think we will continue to throw the ball at our 4 to 6 times per game clip that we've been throwing it. If it does not, if it stays windy and wet, I have a feeling we will we'll do this the old-fashioned way on the ground.
Yes, I got a little bit of an update here. Stay tuned. Third quarter. Slammin' Sammy P is going to do the broadcast for us third quarter. I'm giving him some headphones right here. He can listen in. There's no microphone on this one, Slammin' Sammy, but you can listen in to what we're talking about. Live and learn. Listen to Not Your Average Joe, but have a spot wherever you can find there that reaches. You got a little bit of stretch on that thing. Just make sure we're not pulling any other wires out. But so yeah, join us. So Slammin' Sammy P's. Mamacita is going to go to the other side of the stands, I'm guessing. Heading over to the other side. That's good. We got to fill those stands over there, so we'll take good care of them.
Yeah, I think we have more Saints fans here as of now than we do Lake Mills fans. So that's a good sign, a good start. Of course, our folks have to leave a little earlier because Lake Mills feels like it's an hour away. It's 39 minutes if you drive as fast as I do. But it just feels like it's an hour away. So Saints fans arrive early here tonight. Looks like we've got the officiating crew out on the field having conversation with coaches, getting that work done and that job out of the way. As we talked about in the pregame district championship game here tonight for your Saints. Win a district championship. For the first time since 2020, the Saints are looking to do that. We'll join teams. I think it's 9 teams. We'll go through that later on in the game. It's on my paper, which is in my bag so that it remains a solid piece of paper and not a...
probably a wise idea.
Crumpled mess. Idea. So.
Well, we've got, Joe, you've mentioned it, so I'm going to just maybe touch base on a couple things here. We're going to do everything we can to keep the camera lens free and clear so you can watch the game from the comfort of your cozy, warm homes. No, we're not jealous. You should be jealous. We're watching the game
That's
live. Right. We'll do everything we can to keep that. We probably won't be totally on top of the chats, but we definitely want to know if sounds aren't coming through, if there's too much noise, too much wind, can't see you at the screen. Please let us know that.
Yeah, you can definitely help us out at home just by comment in the chat. You won't hurt our feelings. We want to know if all we can hear is the wind noise, let us know so we can make an adjustment, or if you can't see something, or if the scoreboard drops off. As you'll notice, the scoreboard is black right now. They've had trouble with it throughout the evening. It keeps coming on and going back off, so I don't know if we're going to have a technical issue with that as well. I see there's a light going on it again, so maybe they've got that figured out. But we will. It's going to be a challenging night here weather-wise for the officials, the announcers, the teams, the coaches, the fans. Everybody's going to fight the weather tonight, but it feels like football here.
Is there an umbrella in there? Oh, hello. I'm asking.
So at this point, we are scrambling to try to keep some of this mist that's blowing through the air straight at us off of our equipment here. The computer we use looks awfully damp. And I don't know a lot about computers, but I think that's bad.
Well, I don't know what isn't damp at this point, Joe.
That's right.
I mean, it looks like one of them misty things that you put on in the summer that keep your cattle cool or something.
That is what it looks like, yeah. A little cattle mister. As I told a bunch of my customers this week, boy, we sure could have used this in July instead of in October.
That's a fact.
Doesn't do the corn crop a lot of good when it happens in October, but we are thankful to have it. We will not complain about the rain after this summer. We will be thankful for every drop that we get. We'll refill that bank for the 2024 crop.
Yeah.
So I guess that's okay too.
And harvest is going pretty quick for most people, it seems like. So
Yeah.
I think farmers will be ready for a break.
Correct. Yep. It's
Take a weekend off, hit it back on Monday.
You got it. Good timing for a nice rain on Thursday, Friday. Give everybody a couple of days off to
You figure that out?
be ready to go again when it dries out. And like you said, Travis, I think harvest is progressing at what I would call an alarming pace in terms of you push the red button right there that says up.
We're trying to figure out the umbrellas, folks.
We have umbrellas that are officially listed as 75-mile-per-hour umbrellas.
How many college degrees does it take to open an envelope or
I have one
umbrella? We should have gave it. We should have
us
gave it to Sam and Slammy, no doubt about it. Slam and Sammy, Sam and Slammy. I don't know. What do we want to go with?
Slam and Sammy P.
I love it.
Well, with this noise, and we're happen to be right underneath the speaker, so if that's picking that up, hope you enjoy it, because there's nothing we can do about it right now. But I think come kickoff, you can. Well, you know what? You can kind of see what's happening here, as you see in the camera itself. The mesmerizing, blowing drops of everything.
iPad disconnected. Love it when that happens. Now we have quiet. We have silence here.
Without a clock tonight, the radio signal is not working. So we'll be trying to update everybody with more information via the public address system.
I don't know if you could hear that announcement through our microphones, but there will be no scoreboard tonight. It sounds like, or no clock anyway.
All right.
So they're gonna try to update through the scoreboard. So we're gonna give Sammy a job over there. That's gonna be his job early in this game, is to listen to the announcer to try to figure out how much time is left, so that we can
keep score too, and down and quarter distance, all that.
We got a lot of work to do now without that.
My oh my, that'll be fun.
We said it was going to be a challenging night for everybody. Well,
if the rain wasn't enough, let's add this into the mix.
It's fun though, guys. It's fun. We are not the only crew broadcasting tonight, but we are the only crew broadcasting outside tonight. I was told both crews would be outside. Either they didn't show up. They probably just said, go listen to their broadcast. We're going to stay home and listen too.
So, yeah, all you Lake Mills fans joining our broadcast, we appreciate it. We'll try to keep you up to date on the score as well. So it looks like the Saints are out, lined up, ready for the anthem and the opening announcements here.
Not trying to block you out here, Joe. That wind is that's what's hitting the water all over everything.
Yep.
So
No, totally. You do what you need to do.
And navigate that and the camera. And
I can come up here too if that helps.
That wagon probably should be on that side. It's probably dry over there if we took that wagon to that side.
No, it's not.
It's not. Travis says.
I mean, maybe a little bit more dry,
that's
but
tomfoolery, which we already talked about today. By the way, my 17-year-old son challenged me to say tomfoolery. I said it in the pregame. I'll say it here.
All right, we're going to bring you the national anthem. They're going to sing it here, so we will let you listen in. Play ball.
Play ball. You know, I can officially make the statement here that if we had put this tent on its side, we'd be drier right now.
We would
that
be.
wind is just blowing everything right underneath it.
Umpire John Breeze, head linesman Tony Halstead, line judge is Dan Dingman, and back judge is Travis Pike.
All right, so we got the Mason City crew officiating tonight. They're a good crew. Happy to have them. 7-0 Saint Ansgar, Week 8. Here we go, right? 7-0 Saint Ansgar, 6-1 Lake Mills. District championship game for your Saints. They win it. They have sole possession of first place in the district and will be the #1 seed headed into the playoffs. Lake Mills has something to play for as well. We talked about that in the pregame. You know, obviously they force a three-way tie here, and that gives them an opportunity, at least, to try to win the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker is based on points scored, so we really can't even give you an estimate of how that works, or excuse me, point differential. And so really, there's nothing we can do to even estimate that until the games are over tonight. So Saints control their own destiny, exactly where they want to be. Go win this one tonight and win that district championship and head to the playoffs with an unblemished record for the first time since 2019. They did win the district championship in 2020 as well, but with a loss, I believe, in the district that year. So a couple of things to point out, as we talked about in the pregame. Number 8, Bo Kaufman. Number 5, Logan Bacon. That'll be the majority of their rush yards tonight with those two guys. Number 4 is Price. He's the other guy that gets involved pretty often in their run game. Pass game-wise, you got 24, who is Ham, and 20, Alex Manis. So those are kind of the guys to watch. They have a couple of big dudes up front. They look the part, guys. They've got Stensrud. You're probably familiar with that name if you're a football fan. Got a Stensrud, number 55, plays on both sides of the football. So he'll be a guy to watch, a big, imposing-looking guy out there as well. Of course, we got a couple of those guys ourselves, so it should be a good matchup up front, run game-wise.
Yeah, it should be it should be a running game, right, Joe? I mean, look at the way this wind is howling through here, and the rain is coming in. And
yeah, we were watching Jace Schweisow, our quarterback, get loose. You know, he's throwing footballs right now, and he's throwing really good spirals, getting 40 yards through the air on the ball, so he's not having any issue throwing it into that wind. But in a game situation, things change, right? It makes it harder for the receivers to catch those wet footballs as well. So I think you'll see a bunch of old-school Saint Ansgar football here, especially to start this game, as we go try to out-physical the Bulldogs, especially early in the game. Set the tone here early in the game. Number 52 is a Helming, another guy to watch, plays a defensive end, has been their Connor King-style guy from the defensive end spot. Been hard for teams to keep off of the quarterback, so he'll be one to watch as well. The wind seems to have gone down again, though the rain has not let up, or this mist, whatever you want to call it. It's just kind of really uncomfortable weather here. We have a digital down signal. You see that? So the scoreboard doesn't work, but we've got a digital down sign. That's kind of nice. Dial It Down has gone modern here at Lake Mills. So we'll see if that makes it better or worse. See if it goes out. Captains are going to head onto the field, take a coin flip.
We've got several slides here if you're watching from home for our advertisers. So thank you, advertisers. We're removing now the scoreboard. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to talk about that to keep you up on the score. And I don't have like any special score slide made or anything like that. So doing everything we can here in spite of the conditions. We'll keep you updated the best we can with score, down, yardage, situation as much as we can.
Lake Mills wins the toss and defers to your Saints. The Saints will receive and defend the south goal.
Bulldogs have won the toss and deferred to the second half. Saints will be receiving to start the game.
So the Saints get the football first. Set the tone here early tonight for your Saints. That's what I expect we'll see, and I know what the coaches have preached here this week. Get that football. Let's go down, make it physical early, hang on to the football, and win the battle up front.
Would you have Kleenex or something, Joe? Sorry, you had
I
something
do.
dry in your pocket.
I
Let's
do.
try anything
See
dry.
if it's still dry, we will find out. We're doing everything we can to try to.
It's for the viewers.
I have two of them, so you want to take one now, and I'll put one in my pocket?
Yep, thank you.
All right, well, yeah, we'll try to get the screen or the camera lens cleaned off here so you can see something.
I'm trying.
Sideways.
We'll try to do our best to describe it as we go here, too, in the event that that doesn't work.
Yep. If I zoom in enough, I don't want to miss any place, but we'll do the best we can to.
Delger on to kick it off to the Saints. Back to receive Remster and Brum. It's taken by an up man. That's Connor King. Takes it at the 27. Runs ahead to the 35-yard line where the Saints will start 1st and 10 with the football here in Lake Mills. So again, without the scoreboard, we know the scoreboard is off. It is not working here in the stadium either, so we're going to try to get you as many updates as we can. Travis and Sammy will work on that to give us a time on the. I'm sure they're keeping time on the field, obviously, and then they're going to announce it here over the PA to keep us going. So Saints are going to start in a wishbone. Reagan Witt, Connor King, Christian Michaels in the backfield. Make a quick change. Go to the power I. Carson Sparrow, split to the top of your screen. The handoff goes to Christian Michaels, who runs ahead for 5 yards. Christian Michaels with a great start gets your Saints 5 on 1st down.
Typical Saints style, kick off with a nice running play.
Spread everybody out there. Getski in on the tackle. Spread them out and run it up the middle. We've seen that a time or two. Let's see if I like the way we started in that wishbone and then kind of changed that formation. Here we stay in the wishbone. Handoff back to Christian Michaels. He's met in the backfield by Helming and loses 4 yards on the play. Helming does a good job of getting into the backfield there. We talked about him. He's the guy to watch. A big, powerful senior there for Lake Mills.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, that big body. We're not used to seeing Christian Michaels get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Kind of a rare
I don't know who
tackle
had a
for a loss.
Yeah, missed block assignment there or something happened, but Saints clean that up. 3rd down and 7 from the 38-yard line.
That was Lance Helming with that tackle there for a loss. QB keeper.
Jace keeps around the end, has room, gets a 1st down. Jace across the 45 to the 47-yard line. 1st down, Saints. Great job there. Great play call. They were keyed up in the middle to stop that inside run. And Jace keeps around the end, around the top of your screen there for a nice 1st down. Just exactly what the Saints needed there after getting backed up. 3rd down and 7 to convert.
Thank you.
Jace back under center here. Christian Michaels has the ball. Refuses to go down, plows ahead.
Ooh, nice.
Nice gain on 1st down.
Sammy?
Across midfield. Be 2nd down and 3. They're going to give him 7. Christian Michaels with 7 more on the run. Great job of blocking by the offensive line there. Makes for a big gain on 1st down.
Sammy to the rescue here. Come here with some dry towels.
Jace hands it off. Connor King. Connor
run.
King 1st down, across the 40 of Lake Mills, down to the 39. Again, a nice gain, 7 or 8 yards on 2nd down there. After that one tackle for loss there, the Saints have come out and dominated up front and really got a nice push going for the offensive line. We talked about being physical. They have done that to start this game. Connor King. Up the middle again. Nothing fancy here, guys. Old-fashioned Saint Ansgar football. Logan Bacon in on the tackle there, but not before Connor King gets 6.5 yards on 1st down. 2nd and short works real well for this offense. It just sets us up to do a lot of things when you're 2nd and less than 5. New formation here again. We split Michaels out to the top. Take Remster down below. Hand it off to Connor King, who makes a man miss, but is tackled from behind right at the sticks. Logan Bacon in on the tackle. You hear that name a lot. They're just shy of a 1st down. 3rd and 1 for the Saints. at the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs. So the Saints are driving on their first possession here. Again, no scoreboard tonight due to technical difficulties due to the rain, I assume.
Hope our tent isn't in the way, blocking their signal.
I never thought of that. Chase under center. Hands it off. We have a flag late on that play. I believe that was Reagan Witt with the carry. He gets the first down, but let's see what the flag is all about. Reagan Witt is the ball carrier. Tackled by the middle of that defensive line. Holding on the Saints is the call. So that'll back him up 10 yards. New this year, that's a spot foul, or not a spot foul. That's from the previous line of scrimmage there, so it's going to make it 3rd down and 11. Short 11. So 2-down territory here for your Saints. They're going to need to try to make this manageable here on 3rd down. In the wishbone. Chase hands it off to Connor King, who's going to do just that. Plows ahead for 6 yards. Makes it 3rd and manageable. 4th and manageable. Make it 4th and 4. Saints will go for it here. 4th and 4 from the 32-yard line. Their first drive of the game here. No clock here in Lake Mills. We'll wait for an announcement on how much time is left here.
You haven't been keeping track, Joe?
No, I have not. I've got. We've run the ball a lot. The clock's been running a lot, so I have a feeling there's 3 minutes gone in this game. Big play here for the Saints. Jace puts Connor in motion. Keeps. Nothing doing. Nowhere to go. Loses his footing and is going to lose a couple yards on 4th down.
I was sure he was going to pitch that out to Connor on that play, and it might have something to do with footing and why he didn't. But
I think he thought about pitching it out to Connor. Connor was covered up, so he was going to cut it upfield, and when he went to cut upfield, looked like he lost his footing, and down he went. So the Saints turn it over on downs. It'll be Lake Mills ball at their own 36-yard line.
Hey, Eric, you want to hand me one of them towels?
Yes, sir.
It is very challenging to keep all of this very expensive equipment dry here in Lake Mills this evening. We're doing the best we can to get you a quality broadcast. The rain is letting up, so hopefully that will help us here. A handoff up the middle, nothing doing for Lake Mills. They lose a yard on 1st down.
This will be a key defensive drive here for the Saints. You know, they were driving really well and they had the ball. A couple 3rd and longs, that tackle for the loss in the first one, then that penalty, really backed them up and stalled that drive. So it's key here to get off the field when you can, so you don't give the momentum over to Lake Mills.
I believe that was Kaufman on the carry there, their fullback. Saints stop in, they give him the original line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and 10. Run this double wing offense, a lot of motion here. Hand it off up the middle again and again. He runs into a host of Saints right at the defensive line. They get a nice push. Looks like we got Chase Nedved in there early on that tackle. Nothing doing in the running game. They do give him a yard, make it 3rd down and 9. So it's 3rd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Big test here early for the Saints defense. Ham is split out to the bottom side of your screen here. Puts Logan Bacon in motion. Takes the pitch. Great pursuit by Christian Michaels, who makes the tackle along with Connor King. Lose 2 yards on the play. It'll be 4th down and 12, and Lake Mills will punt. Great start for the Saints defense. Bacon is quick. They run that pitch play to him down here to this wide side of the field. Christian Michaels, Connor King say, no, sir. In fact, he lost 4 yards on that play. Really great job by the Saints defense to start this game. The rain is quitting. The wind has gone down. Things are getting better by the second here in Lake Mills.
It's not getting warmer, though.
No, it's not getting any warmer.
I get a little warmer feeling inside when the ball is in the Saints' hands offensively.
The short punt takes a good roll for the Bulldogs, rolls out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Just a smart decision there by Dylan Brum. Get out of the way. That thing's, it's wet. It's nasty out there. That thing takes a nasty hop. He lets it hop out of bounds.
Too, yeah,
it wasn't a great punt, but it turns out to be a pretty good one in the end with about a 35-yard punt. Thanks to a 20-yard roll. So Saints have the ball again for the second time on offense here. Get a flag, a pre-snap penalty. Going to be offsides on your Saints, perhaps? On the Bulldogs. Yep, okay, offsides on the Bulldogs. Make it 1st down and 5. So it's Lake Mills who commits the penalty early in this drive. Got to clean up the penalties for the Saints. That killed that last drive. So the Saints need to be clean here on drive number 2. Christian Michaels up the middle, breaks a tackle, drags 2 guys across midfield. 1st down Saints to the 48-yard line. Great run by Christian Michaels. After runs through a great hole created by the offensive line, and then he does the rest. Drags 2 guys for 3 or 4 yards at the end of that play.
Took 3 guys to take him down, as you can see on the replay there.
And that hole's created by those guys we talked about in the pregame who don't have their names mentioned quite enough.
If you're just joining us, no scoreboard tonight due to technical difficulties here in Lake Mills. There's no scoreboard in the stadium to show you. So FYI, I've gotten a couple of messages on my phone here that you guys are wondering where the scoreboard is. There is no scoreboard this evening.
The score is 0-0. We are in the 1st quarter. We know that. We're just not sure how much time is left.
Time is left, yep. So 0-0, 2nd down and 4 at the 42-yard line for the Saints on their 2nd drive here. Chase hands it off to Connor King, who has a big hole. Good enough for a 1st down. Looks like a gain of 6 on the play. It'll be 1st down Saints at the 36-yard line. Back into Bulldog territory here for the Saints. They put together 2 nice drives. A penalty killed the first one. The Saints look to keep it clean here on this 2nd drive. And all on the ground tonight so far with the weather conditions. That does not surprise me. We have out-physicaled the Bulldogs in this 1st quarter. And it has been all Saints early.
Now, Joe, I believe that was one of the keys to the game, wasn't it?
I think it might have been. Connor King with the handoff. Charges ahead for 4 yards on 1st down to make it 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line. So we're nothing fancy, not a lot of misdirection. I think we've run the same play about 7 times. Good old-fashioned Saints football. We're going to keep running this until we get less than 4 yards of carry with it. And they're kind of challenging Lake Mills to stop that run game right now.
It's chilly, it's windy. I think Club wants to go down and punch it in right away, not messing around.
Yep. Christian Michaels breaks a tackle. Out to the 20. Down to the 10. Out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. 1st down, Saints. Inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Saint Ansgar.
And we got our tent pole right now.
I know it. I was going to say, if the rain is going to stop, Joe, you let me know. I'll move this camera so that tent pole's not in the way. We don't want to miss it. Matter of fact, if I get the cords for it, I'm going to do it right now real quick.
What a great run by Christian Michaels. 30 yards on that play. Just slipped through the middle there after a nice block, and I thought he might have been gone there for a second. Jace under center. Hands it off to Christian. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. The Saints go up 6-0 early in this game after an impressive drive. Saints go 70 yards in about 6 plays. I would guess that took less than 2 minutes, and it's very quickly 6-0 Saints here in Lake Mills. Connor King on to kick the extra point. I think there might be more Saints fans here than there are Bulldog fans, gentlemen. A lot of Saints fans in the crowd over there tonight. Love to see it. We are going to go for 2 here. With the weather conditions, decide to go for 2. Hand it off to Connor King. No, Connor does not have the ball. We must have went inside to Reagan Witt, and he is stopped short of the goal line, so the 2-point conversion is no good. It is 6-0 Saints. Great start for the Saints as they march down the field on drive number 2. No penalties there, and they get the touchdown. Lake Mills will have their second opportunity at it. They went 3 and out after losing 3 yards on their first drive.
There's your Saints fans right there right now. Thanks for those of you who did make it. For those of you who are warm and toasty at home. Like Radar Milton reaching out from Tucson, Arizona. I know, Radar, it's hot there. You're not a guy that likes that sort of thing. You'd probably wish you were in Lake Mills right now. Ready, Sammy? Let's see if we got the cords to do this, shall we? We're going to try and move this down one step.
The rain has subsided. I would officially say subsided is the word we're going to use tonight. It is much better than it was a half hour ago, so let's keep this going. The wind is still blowing. It is still chilly, but at least there is no fresh rain coming down. The field looks like it's held up pretty well through most of this first quarter. Has anybody heard a time remaining in this first quarter? Sammy, did you get us a time at all? Did you hear anything down there? Me either.
I heard something after the start of our drive, but I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, it's not like we can't hear over the loudspeaker, right?
Right.
I would think that if he said it, we would have heard it, but Travis said he heard something.
Connor King on to kick it off.
It's first quarter, we know that.
Short kick, fielded by an up man at the 30-yard line, out to the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. So Lake Mills will have good field position here to start their second drive.
If you're just joining us, the score is Saint Ansgar 6, Lake Mills 0. We are somewhere in the first quarter, but with a non-functioning scoreboard, we'll give you the update on what the timing is here.
Yep, there is no scoreboard here in Lake Mills, so we are at the mercy of...
well, they have one. It just is not working.
That's a great point. The scoreboard power must have been impacted by the couple inches of rain we've had here over the last 2 days. Helgeson going to fake the pitch, and he's going to pass out to Price. It is caught at the 50-yard line, across the 30, down to the 20, where he is tackled at the 10-yard line by Tyke Remster, Dylan Brum, and Carson Sparrow. So good play there for Lake Mills. Obviously, that's what they needed. We were crashing inside, and they do a nice job of giving their quarterback a chance. He throws it up to Ham, who does the rest.
That was a well-designed play.
Sure was. Yep. So Lake Mills is inside the Saints red zone here. Ball at the 10-yard line, be first and goal. Helgeson hands it off up the middle. Gain of a yard on the play. That's Kaufman. Tackled by Reagan Witt. Reagan had himself a heck of a game last week. He's going to need one of those again tonight, it looks like. So it's second, no gain on the play, second and goal from the 10-yard line. Bend but don't break has been the theme all year long. Give up that one big play as long as we hold here. Saints have to do it 3 more times. Helgeson puts Bacon in motion. The handoff goes to Kaufman up the middle. Gain of 2. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. We are somewhere in the first quarter. I would guess in the second half of the first quarter here. The Saints lead 6-0. King and Hillman in, both defensive ends in there for the Saints on the tackle. So it is 3rd and 8. 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. They don't kick field goals, so Saints will have to stop them 2 more times here. The Price in motion. Back to pass is Helgeson. Overthrown in the back of the end zone. No chance, no receiver there. I don't know if he fell down or what happened there, but good defense by the Saints. It'll be 4th down.
A lot of noise here on the Lake Mills side. I think they feel like he was tampered with.
Yeah, looked like they got tangled up to me, but, I'm a homer the other way, so I get it. The boys in stripes agree with us this time, so it will be 4th down and 8. 4th down goal from the 8-yard line.
We can take a look on the replay, and we can kind of see it on the edge of the screen there. It looks like they're both got their eyes on the ball. That's a good no call.
Yeah. And
feet got tangled up maybe a little bit. The ball was out of the back of the end zone anyway.
Yeah.
So
yep.
They're going to call timeout here. Lake Mills does call timeout. We talked last week, Duke. We learned that the ball does not have to be catchable in high school football for it to be considered pass interference. So
is that the rule, or is that just what happened?
That is the rule.
Okay.
Yep. The rule is, so in college and in the pros, the ball has to be catchable or it cannot be pass interference. That is not true in high school football.
Man, that really opens you up for some bad calls.
It sure does. and I wonder if there's some judgment going on with some of those of, hey, that ball hit the statue in the back of the end zone, 5 yards after the end zone, be pretty hard to give them a pass interference play on that call. But and again, I think that's incidental contact. They get wrapped up, tripped up, and down they go. That ball never had a chance of being completed.
As you guys say that, I got there's a podcast called The Ref Bros. It's hosted by Trey and Trent Becker of Charles City. They're umpires and refs. They went through some of those rules, including that one. Worth pointing out that episode 10 is going to be out here in the next couple of days. He interviews Coach Clevenger in episode number 10 of the Ref Bros. So get on Spotify, check out the Ref Bros.
3 receivers set here for Lake Mills. Kaufman in the backfield, going to get a pass here. Helgeson throws it up into the corner of the end zone. He's got a man, and it's caught. Touchdown, Lake Mills. That is Logan Bacon on the touchdown reception. Beautiful pass, well-designed play. And we've got a tie game here in Lake Mills, 6-6.
Buckle up, boys.
Yep.
We got ourselves a football game. The Lake Mills fans are excited. So, not surprisingly, nothing doing on the ground. They go to the air and break our backs with 2 really nice pass plays. And I have a feeling we're going to see that a bunch the rest of the evening because, like the last 3 weeks, running the ball against the Saints is not going to be effective.
And this drive, they're going with
pitch out. Ball is dropped. Falls. Helgeson falls on it. So the 2-point conversion is no good for Lake Mills. It remains 6-6 game. So it is 6-6 here. I assume we'll get a clock update. We'll try to get it to you as soon as we can here. But we've got to be nearing the end of the first quarter.
We'll go back to that touchdown they just scored. That was a heck of a route that the receiver ran. That was, let me get my...
Was it number 5, Logan Bacon, I believe?
Yes, Bacon. So he does a little hitch route here about looking like it's going to be a 2-3 yard pass, and then he turns around and does like a wheel, kind of a crossing route with the wide out there, and just got our guys crossed up underneath him, and perfectly thrown ball by Lake Mills, and that's a touchdown.
Really hard to defend when it's thrown right there.
Yep, the ball was perfectly thrown, and you're right. A minute 42 remains here in the first quarter of this one, tied 6-6. And if you're just joining us, quick update, there is no scoreboard. Technical difficulties tonight prevent the scoreboard from working. So we're going to update you as best as we can. Less than 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. The score is Saint Ansgar 6, Lake Mills Bulldogs 6.
So the Saints will get the ball for the 3rd time here. Delger on to kick it off. Tyke Remster, Dylan Brum back to receive. Short kick fielded by Hillman at the 46-yard line. Good job by Hunter. I don't know if that was an intentional or if that was a slip, but good job by Hunter to have his head up and on it. He catches that ball right out of the air, falls ahead for a yard. It'll be first down Saints from their own 48-yard line. So the Saints start with the ball at midfield here. So the Saints will look to, I assume, establish that run game dominance here again on this drive. I think we'll see a whole lot of the same with Whit Michaels and Connor King in the backfield. Teresa hands it off to Michaels. Man meets him in the backfield, but he finds a way to get loose.
And he sure knows how to fight for more yards.
He sure does. Gain of 2 across midfield, right across the 50.
You know how big he is, Joe?
Christian?
Yeah, height, weight.
I do not, but I've got it in my packet, but it's so wet up here I don't have it on me. But diminutive, I believe. Strong. We are small but mighty.
He's the shortest guy in the field. He runs the ball like Mike Allstad.
No doubt about it. Fun to watch. 2nd and 8 from midfield. Christian Michaels
Outside.
cuts it up. First down, Saints and more.
Another good run.
Gain of 10 for the Saints. On 2nd and 8, Christian Michaels there. He's patient, right? He finds that outside. I think he could have cut it outside and gotten about the same amount. Cuts it back up the field, and gets 10 for the Saints. It'll first down Saint Ansgar from the Bulldogs 40-yard line.
You know, his linemen saw him fighting for that extra yard, so they did the work for him on that play.
Yep, exactly. Much better job blocking up front on that one. Michaels again. No, excuse me, that's Witt. They did a really good job of disguising that handoff to Witt. Witt gets a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Let's give him 2, 2nd and 8. So they disguise that quick handoff again. It goes to Witt. He gets 2. 2nd down and 8. Ball across the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs. believe that will be the end of the first quarter. It is.
It appears so.
It appears anyway. Yeah,
we can only speculate.
We can only speculate. But it does look like that is the end of the first quarter, where it is Saint Ansgar 6, Lake Mills 6.
All right, here, as we take a little time here, a little break between the first and second quarter, we want to take a moment to thank our friends at FSB, that's Farmer State Bank and Grain Millers, due to the incredible generosity of these two entities. Our Saint students are able to attend all the home games absolutely free of charge. Thank you, FSB, and thank you, Grain Millers, for making that happen. Hey, so last week on Friday, we put this slide up. Butter, it's slippery. Now, I am by no means a medical professional, and I can tell you that this does not necessarily work for everybody. It certainly doesn't work for me. I think some of you out there, Skippy D'Angelo, Jack Tripper, this probably did work for you from what I could tell. But that's really not the point, right? Saints TV has partnered with an entity called Give Butter to help keep streaming these games free. And we want to thank John Hendrickson, who is our Butter Giver Award winner this week. So thank you, John, and thank you to the honorable mentions, Luke, Jared, Judy, Teresa, Susan, Eric, Tracy, and Steve. Please consider giving Butter.
Christian Michaels, officially 5'4", 144 pounds. From the wishbone, Connor King. Oh, he did I thought he had a chance there. He had one shoestring tackle to break, and he was gone. As it is, he gets 3. It'll be 3rd down and 5. He gets 6, so we're going to call it 3rd down and 4. The down marker is a yard shy of where he actually is. So we're going to call it 3rd down and 4 for the Saints. 2 down territory here again. They will they get 2 downs to get this long 4 yards. Schwiesau under center. Hands it off to Connor King, who plows ahead for 5 yards and a 1st down. 1st down, Saints across the Bulldog 30-yard line. Saints continue to be impressive offensively. 5, 6, 7 yards of play, driving down the field here. The Bulldogs have no answer for our run game early.
Not your average Joe. Put you to the test here. Do you think we're going to see a pass attempt with the wind in our favor now? Do you think we'll stick with the run?
I think we stick with the run here. We're going to go establish. See what I know. Jace is sacked on the play. That's Helming from that defensive end spot. Stensrud up the middle there. Really nice job. All it took was me saying I don't think we will pass the ball for them to attempt to pass the ball. Lose 4 yards on the sack. 2nd down and 14 from the 34-yard line.
We almost saw a pass there.
We almost saw a pass. I think Jace did all he could to hang on to that thing as he's tackled from behind.
Travis, are you saying, Travis, that Joe was right? We didn't throw a pass?
We did not. We have not thrown a pass yet. That's correct.
Schwies out of King. King around the end. Breaks the tackle, beats a man to the edge, and out of bounds near the 1st down marker. Gets the sack yardage back, plus 5 or 6 or 7 more. It'll be, what are we going to call here? They're looking. It is going to be 3rd down. Our digital dial it down here had gone back to 1st down. See, now it's malfunctioning too. Nobody likes the rain.
Yeah, that technology, man.
3rd down and 1 for the Saints at nearly the 20-yard line. Handoff goes to Michaels, I believe. And he plows ahead for a 1st down. Connor King with the carry inside the 15-yard line. 1st down and 10 Saints from the 13-yard line of the Bulldogs. Saints continue to drive here, look really impressive on the ground tonight. We did drop back to attempt a pass there. Gave up a sack and went right back to the ground. Schwiesau hands it off to Connor King. Connor barrels ahead for a short gain. Down to the 10-yard line. 2nd down and 7 for your Saints from the Bulldog 10.
Reminds me a little bit, Joe, of that Nashville game where it wasn't this windy, but it was wet that night. We tried to establish a passing game, but quickly realized that just wasn't happening.
Yep. And we will go back to that. We'll see a couple of passes tonight would be my prediction. But not here. Schwiesau hands it off to Connor King, who plows ahead Touchdown, Saints. Connor King with a 10-yard touchdown run. Just a physical, powerful, get-out-of-my-way style Connor King run.
What a way to answer that touchdown.
Absolutely.
Just run back down the field and punch it in.
Exactly right. Just go hit him in the mouth and go punch it in. It's exactly what the Saints needed to do. They will go for 2 again here to try to make it 14. Connor King, no good, short. I thought he had a chance. He needed one more step, but they do stop him short. It is 12-6 Saints here right at the beginning of the second quarter. Again, no scoreboard here in Lake Mills due to technical difficulties for the home team. They do not have the scoreboard on here in the stadium. So we'll try to keep you updated with scores and times as we get them. But it is early in the second quarter. Your Saints lead 12-6.
I'm going to go back to that butter slide here just to finish up. I got what I do with that? We got a prize here for the winner, John Hendrickson. You can see me here. Look, you can see under the table here because that's what we're dealing with here. But check, John Hendrickson, congratulations. You just won this Saints football signed by the Saints captains because you were the best butter giver of the week. So thank you, John. And for those of you out there thinking about, well, where's my prize? Well, you know what? We might do this again next week. So if you're out there at Brant's, if you're out there at the Legion, if you are at, we got to make sure that I'm not missing the game here. If you guys are at, we happen to be at, maybe there's a watch party going on at the Hannah's place.
I hear on the south side of Stacyville, right? There's a big crowd gathered who would love to be the Give Butter donor of the week.
Absolutely. So your party, right?
I'm talking to you, Bork and Hannah.
Your event, you could have the best event. Just add a little note in there. There's an add note spot. Tell us where you're at so that we can talk about the best butter giving entity of the week. What did I do here? I just lost my camera. What's happening?
We'll try to paint the picture for you here while they get the camera back. Connor King on to kick it off.
That was me, Travis.
Uh-oh.
Good kickoff here. Back to the 10-yard line. Price has it across the 25, out to the 27-yard line where he's tackled by a host of Saints. Led by Joe Clevenger, looks like getting off the bottom of the pile there. So first down and 10 Bulldogs for their third drive of the game. The first drive they tried to keep it on the ground and got nothing doing. They in the second drive they go to the air. They hit the Saints for a big 50-yard play and then a nice touchdown pass on fourth down to get their touchdown. So it is 12-6 Saints. There is an injured Bulldog down on the field. So we'll take a quick timeout here.
We're going again,
from the game perspective. We'll get the camera back up and going while they tend to the injured Bulldog.
Thank you, Travis.
Are we back?
We are back. We got a screen back. I don't know what happened. We'll just say it's rain.
It's rain related. Yep. Price was the injured Bulldog. He is up and trots off the field under his own power. Good to see that. He looks like he was just shaking up there. Maybe got a knee bunged up there on that play, but he looks like he's going to be able to walk it off and return to this football game. He's one of their wingbacks, so he's one of the key parts of this offense. They will need him back. They'll have somebody else into that spot here on this drive.
I think they just said 9:15 to go. Was that right?
I believe I heard that as well. 9:15 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Hey, stick around for halftime. I caught up. We got a little snippet here from Coach Johnson of the girls volleyball team, who will start their playoffs this week, so you want to stick around for halftime for that.
Helgeson hands it off to Coffin, who fumbles the ball, kicked around. I think the Saints fall on it. They do. Saint Ansgar strikes first in the turnover department. Saints ball. After a fumble by Coffin, the ball comes popping out, hits the Saint in the chest. If it was a spear, it would have killed him. But it hits the ground again. I'm not sure who jumped on it there. Can we tell on the replay who ended up making the recovery? But it is Saints ball at the 32-yard line of the Bulldogs. So short field here for the Saints. What a huge momentum swing that will be here for the Saints. Joe Clevenger into the game. Handoff goes to Connor King.
You know, some of my favorite moments this year, and we've seen a number of them, are big old 42 just jumping for joy like a little kid out there when things are going our way. Isn't that hilarious?
Fun, isn't it? Gain of 5 for Connor King on first down. Takes the ball across the 30 to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 5. Michaels, King, and Witt in the backfield here. Schwiesau hands it off to Michaels, who fights off a tackler, is brought down, but across the line to gain for first down, Saints. Nice run by Christian Michaels. They haven't been wide open tonight in terms of those running lanes, but he's doing a good job of going north and south.
Connor King got the fumble.
It was Connor King who jumped on it. Thank you very much. So Connor King with the fumble recovery sets up the Saints here in Bulldog territory. First down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Handoff goes to Michaels. Runs ahead, refuses to go down. Gosh, that kid runs hard.
Yes, he does.
It's so much. I mean, turns a yard, maybe 2 into 5 right there.
I wouldn't want to pick a fight with him, that's for sure.
No, exactly right. 2nd down and 5. Said that a lot tonight. Again, key to the success for this Saint Ansgar offense on a night like tonight is to get 5+ on first down, and we've done that repeatedly this evening. So back in the red zone, the Saints go, leading 12-6 in the second quarter. Schwiesau hands it off. Witt on the carry. They have bottled Reagan up tonight. That fullback dive play has not worked well this evening. Lake Mills is prepared for that one and has done a good job of stopping that. So it's 3rd down and 5 after no gain for Witt on the play.
John Hendrickson, thanks for reaching out. Looking good from Mexico.
All right. I love our international listeners.
Yes, we do. We do.
Is it warm down there?
I doubt it.
Schwiesau to Michaels. Michaels across the line to gain. They're going to call him just short, or are we going to measure here? We have some questions about we are going to measure. So they're calling it 4th down, but we're going to get a measurement here. He's right at the sticks. Of course, it's 4-down territory for the Saints. This crew is working very efficiently, very quickly. It is as close as you can get. First down, Saints, by the nose of the football. That might have been, from up here, looked like about an inch for a first down for the Saints. So that will make it 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. The Saints can get a first down inside the 1.
That's a funny thing, measuring the ball, isn't it? I mean, they kind of just pick a spot on the ground. Then they bring the chains out to measure it down to the fraction of an inch to make sure.
To make sure. It is kind of a funny thing. Schwiesau gets stepped on by his own guy, but gets the ball handed off to Connor King, but nothing doing there on the left side.
You know, we've seen that tonight, Joe. It feels like, I don't know if it's because it's wet, they can't get a grip, but it looks like Schwiesau's been having some troubles doing some of them fakes and getting the ball off cleanly to his running backs.
Yep, I think you might be right. That's weather-related between the cold and the slippery nature of that football. So the Saints will look to clean that up. It is 2nd down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Whistles here early in a timeout. Lake Mills, or excuse me, now he turns around and referee decides, nope, that was the Saint Ansgar timeout. So the Saints take their first timeout here. Second quarter, Saints lead 12-6. No scoreboard here in Lake Mills tonight due to technical difficulties for the home team. So we're trying to keep you up to date. Would guess there are under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been a very quick first half as the Saints have kept the ball on the ground almost exclusively and chewed up a ton of clock. Offensively.
If we go back to the replay, here's kind of what I was talking about. If you watch this snap here, Schwiesau does the fake inside, but it just doesn't look clean, and he kind of stumbles a little bit there. And it's just not the way you want to execute those plays. And I don't know if that's because of the wetness out there or what it is.
Right.
But I've noticed that on a couple plays tonight, and they've been running the ball pretty well despite that. But I know Clev's probably over there just pulling his hair out like, come on guys, get this together.
Yep, a challenging night, but they will, like you said, that'll be a point of focus here in the second, the end of the second quarter and the second half is let's clean that up. because it's certainly that's what's blown up those plays
Yep.
is when those handoffs just haven't been clean. They've done a good job of hanging on to the football. Saints own the only turnover of the night as they turn the Bulldogs over here to get the ball before this drive. Christian Michaels makes a man miss, finds a seam so shifty, gain of 7 on the play. Great run by Christian Michaels to the 6-yard line. There are 6 minutes to go in the half. We just heard that over the loudspeaker here. So 3rd down and 5. Under 6 minutes to go now in the first half. Big drive for the Saints here. So a big couple of plays as the Saints look to punch it in for their 3rd touchdown of the night. Jace Suisau under center. Gives to Connor King, who breaks up the middle. Touchdown, Saints! Nearly untouched for Connor King as he goes in for a 7-yard touchdown run. Saints lead 18-6. So the Saints, I believe, will try to go for 2 here again. They have failed on their 2-point conversion attempts, and they are going to kick here.
So the wind is in their favor here. You would think that if they're going to kick, it's going to be this
direction.
This direction. 3rd quarter, they'll go the same direction. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think they keep this spot.
I believe that's
3rd
correct.
quarter, and then switch in the 4th.
Connor King on the kick. Poor snap, but Jace does a good job of getting it picked up. It is up, and it is good. Great job there, right? That snap dribbled a couple of times. Jace does a good job of getting it picked up and getting it set down. Connor King kicks it right through. It is 17-6. Saint Ansgar here with under 6 minutes to go in the first half.
You know, you were talking about, Duke, you were talking about the handoffs that Jace was having, things like that. And I thought, well, maybe his hands are feeling a little bit numb in this cold. But the way he picked that one up off the ground, I got to believe his hands are working just fine.
Do we get that one on the replay?
I can dig it up.
I would love to see that thing again as we have a little time. He just, that's really hard to do.
Oh,
that
my
is
goodness.
not easy to do. And of course, I'm not blaming this. It's not the snapper's fault either. Cold, wet hands, really hard to get that ball back like that. And it was online. Jace does a good job of picking up the hop and setting it down. Didn't panic. And Connor King knocks it through to make it an 11-point differential, right?
Here we go to that replay. So we'll watch it here.
Joe, you can see it. I don't know if you can get around here or not, but
yeah, we don't have our normal
it's
setup.
just the snap came in low, bounced. It was a bounce pass.
I thought it bounced. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
What a way to get that thing set so the kicker can.
Good job. Good job, Jay Suisa.
Great job.
So Connor King makes it 17-6. Saint Ansgar after the turnover. Saints score. Connor King back to kick it off. Good kick by Connor. Fielded by Manis, across the 20, out to nearly the 30-yard line where he's brought down by a host of Saints, led by Reagan Witt. So, 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Saints' 30-yard line. Excuse me, from their own 30-yard line. With under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Big spot for Lake Mills offensively. Let's see if the Saints' defense can stand here one more time before half.
Capitalizing on that turnover was a big deal for the Saints.
No doubt about it. Handoff goes around the outside. That's the best running play of the night for the Bulldogs as they gain 5. That's Logan Bacon around the end with that pitch. Makes it 2nd down and 5 from the 35-yard line. Good play for Lake Mills on the ground. We talked about it in the pregame. Is this defending this offense is all about staying home defensively. Did a good job of limiting that to 5. They've turned a lot of those into touchdowns this year, Lake Mills has. Handoff goes up the middle. Short gain on the play. Less than a yard gain there on 2nd down will make it 3rd and 4. I didn't see who was in on the tackle there for the Saints, but it looked like a bunch of them again. Just you try to run it up the middle on Saint Ansgar, and that defensive line and those 2 middle linebackers are going to make you pay.
Both teams tonight have had great interior defense.
For sure.
Joel Carlson, you are
Nothing up the middle
correct.
either way.
The score is 19-6. Is that right, guys? 19-6.
17-6. It is 17-6. First down pass to Logan Bacon. Gain of 5 on the play. First down from the 41-yard line. Yes, it is.
19.
We have three touchdowns.
6, 18.
18, 19.
Plus
What did I say, 17?
Yeah, you did. Joel's out
what
there.
do I
Joel's
know?
number one super fan. Joel's out there
19-6.
again tonight, 19-6.
Thank you, Joel Carlson, the smartest man I know.
Smartest man we know.
So it is first down, Lake Mills at the 41-yard line. That passing game has been very effective for them. They hand it off, fumble again, ball is out, but he falls on it. So Kaufman fumbles again, but he's able to recover, jumps back on it, and he's going to come to the sideline and have a word with his coach. Not happy with himself, as he'll try to clean that up. Does gain a yard on the play. That's hard to hang on to the football tonight, especially when you got Saints tacklers coming in and working at that thing, trying to strip it out of there. We've done it to him twice this evening. Second down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Helgeson under center.
It's like Dylan Hansen got a hand on it.
Is that who
punched it out?
Nice job by him. Pitch out to Bacon. Going to get outside. Forced out of bounds by Hunter Hillman with a short loss on the play. Again, defense stayed home. Made him go all the way to that sideline. We forced him out of bounds. They're marking him back behind the 40 here for a loss of almost 2 on the play. Third down and 12. Ball's at the 39-yard line.
Roughly 2:50 to go in the half.
2:50 to go in the game, or in the half, excuse me here. It is 19-6 Saints. Helgeson rolls out, pitches it up. He has a receiver open, but it is batted down. Well defended there.
There's that big body again.
He was open there for a second, but just a little too much air underneath it. And that ball is batted down by Jay Suisau, I believe, in there for the Saints defense to knock it down. That'll be 4th and 12, and Lake Mills will punt.
Kid's got some hops.
Yep, he does. He went up really smart there to go up without interfering with him, right? Go up with him and go knock it down.
Like a volleyball spike.
It sure was.
It really did. It really did.
Tyler
And punting
Johnson
this ball into the wind is going to be a challenge.
Yep, Manis on to punt. He does punt. Takes a hop. Fielded by Tyke Remster, who runs across the 50 down to the 46-yard line.
That's a good return.
That was a very good return. Nifty little run by Tyke Remster. Does a good job of getting it picked up. Runs it across midfield. It's back in Bulldog territory immediately for the Saints. First and goal from the 45-yard line. 2 minutes or so to go in this first half. Again, no scoreboard, no clock here, so we are guessing, trying to get updates from the press box. Obviously, the players are getting updates from the refs on the field as they're keeping that clock down there on the field. So short field, but short clock as well. The rain picks back up in intensity here. Handoff goes to Connor King, and he goes nowhere. Good job of interior defense by the Bulldogs. The defensive line for Lake Mills has done a really nice job here early in this game. So it's second down and 9. The digital dial-it-down says it's 4th down. I don't believe that's 9 from the 44-yard line. Looks like the Saints are going to call timeout here.
I don't know what you were laughing at, Eric, but I was laughing at Joe getting his player sheet there. It looks like a piece of wet toilet paper.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the tacklers for Lake Mills. I don't have those guys memorized, and my sheet is just not holding up very well.
Hilarious. I was laughing. Some gentleman by the name of James Kramer. I don't know who that person is.
Nope, never heard of him.
But he is starting, Joe, you'd be happy to know, he's starting a GoFundMe account to buy you a calculator.
Oh, man.
I don't need a calculator. I have Joel Carlson.
Well, that's true.
He is the human calculator. As long as he's in the chat, then we are fine. Joel, I believe it's 19-6. Hopefully you can
Thank you, Joel.
Can help me with that. If we get it off again, I apologize.
I heard you reference an 11-point differential, and I didn't stop.
Where were you on the correction there?
Yeah,
I mean, 19 minus 6, I think is 13. I think.
Two-score game.
But I'm not gonna stake anything real serious on it. But I think the Saints lead by 13. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. They have the ball, 2nd down and 9 from the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Is that one timeout we got left? I think it is.
One timeout remaining for the Saints. Back to pass, under pressure, and sacked. Somebody missed an assignment again for the Saints as Stensrud comes charging into the backfield. If we were going to hand it off, he'd have been there to take the handoff. Saints lose a bunch on 2nd down, so it will be 3rd down and nearly 20 as the rain continues to fall here in Lake Mills. Miscommunication there on the blocking.
Yep.
Just got a little text here. The Give Butter code is on the top of the screen at all times. Scan it and give, folks. It sounds like there's a competition going on.
Fumbled snap. Jace does smartly, picks it up, falls ahead. Let's get to half here. After that series of events, the Saints would be happy to let the clock run and punt it here on 4th and forever.
It seems like the clock is a little subjective tonight. But I'm sure there's a real time up there in that booth, right?
Yeah, and
about a minute left.
The referee, the man in the white hat, has a clock down there, and that is the official clock. Would be my understanding in a situation like this, that clock is being kept on the field, and he's communicating. You can see he's got a little radio right now. He's talking about how much time is left. He's asking the umpire here in the very back, or the back judge here, how much time is left on that clock. So Saint Ansgar lets the clock run down, the play clock run down, and calls the timeout.
We do have a play clock. The play clock is working.
So we do have that. True. So the Saints burn the maximum amount of time there, call a timeout, call their last timeout of the half, and they will punt it away.
So getting back to that, I had a question out there regarding the Give Butter. If you can't scan the code, it's simply givebutter.com/SaintsFan. And again, 100% of the proceeds from your donations help support these Saints, which, by the way, start the playoffs next week. The girls start their volleyball on Monday night. The boys will play football somewhere. We expect at home on Friday night.
It would be quite the thing if we hang on to a win here, go into the postseason undefeated as the #1 ranked team and have to play on the road.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something.
We have to first win here, and then we should be set at least for a couple weeks.
Connor King on to punt. Price back to receive for the Bulldogs. Great punt for Connor King with the wind. Lake Mills is going to let it bounce, and it's going to roll dead at the 5-yard line. The Saints smartly let the refs blow the play dead, burn another 2 or 3 seconds off that clock. Hunter Hillman and others down there say, hey, let's just burn a couple more seconds here. And as that ball sits idle for a few seconds, then the refs will blow it dead. They did that. 1st down and 10 Lake Mills from their own 5-yard line.
What do you
it is
here, Joe?
19-6 Saints. 19-6 Saints. Under a minute to go here in this first half. I believe we will see a couple of safe runs up the middle, and we will go to half. Let's see if I'm right. I've been wrong twice already tonight.
Usually it wasn't me who was wrong.
But there I was right. Quarterback sneak, just a keeper up the middle. Something real safe, gains a yard, and the clock continues to run. We don't know how much time is on that clock, but there can't be more than a minute left in this first half. That is it. The first half is over. Your Saints, #1 Saints, lead 19-6 over the Lake Mills Bulldogs. Good half for the Saints. 2 big plays for Lake Mills. Other than that, the Saints have shut them down, shut their running game down. The Lake Mills Bulldogs do have a turnover. The Saints picked that fumble up, that Kaufman fumble up, and 4 plays later scored a touchdown to make it 19-6 Saints here at the half. A very quick first half of football.
Yeah, if you're watching us at home, stick around for halftime. I caught up with Coach Johnson, the volleyball coach. We had a little snippet from that. We also have some updates on cross-country program. who had their conference meet last night. And third quarter is going to be called by our very own Slammin' Sammy P, who's standing here ready to take over. But don't forget, we also have halftime stats, which Not Your Average Joe will have for us here shortly. So stay tuned to what we got coming next, cross-country updates, also chances to buy some Saints apparel. So stay right here. Okay, so as the 2023 fall sports season comes to a close for all sports, and of course, this is the last home game. Home game. Hello, that's not what I mean at all. This is this is the last regular season game, and it's not at home. Well, the next one better be. We'll find out tomorrow on Saturday. This is the last regular season game for football, but we also have cross country to think about. We also have volleyball to think about. Postseason events and how did the year go. We got a little snippet with Coach Johnson of the volleyball team, but right now let's talk about cross country. Here's some nice pictures of the cross country team. We're going to kind of scroll through these while we're chatting about them. Here's some swimming pool training that went on. The cross country had their conference meet. It was just last night. And the worst part of the rain and running and the unfamiliar course, the middle schools pulled out their 6-team win for the year to end a pretty great season. The lead car actually took a wrong turn at the beginning of the race, and all 5 girls placed in the top 30 to receive awards. Congratulations, by the way, to Ava Witt, to Ella Horgan, to LaBella Clark, Amelia Walk, and Claire Squire on outstanding performances in terrible conditions. Now, we're just kind of going through a little bit of a slideshow here as we talk through some notes that Coach Keely Sweesaw sent me earlier today. And you might recognize some of what's going on here. We see the passing of the football. That's an Osage Saint Ansgar tradition, running that football from the away team to the home team, and that would be the ball that they would use to play the game. Last night, getting back to the cross-country meet last night, 2 high school girls also received all-conference honors. Lila Powers took 9th place for first-team all-conference, and Lainey Hanna took 28th for second-team all-conference. From Coach Sweesaw, congratulations to all runners for a great season. The state qualifying meet will be next Thursday in Central Springs, and as we take a look at these pictures, this is cross country. I love, love, love cross country. I truly believe it's the best spectator sport. You can go anywhere around these trails. If you've never been to a cross country meet, you should get to one. Get there next Thursday in Central Springs. It's not far from home. These runners had a great season, truly successful season. And it's fun to see some of these images of the successes that they had throughout the year. So congratulations, cross country runners, on a great season. Good luck at the state qualifying meet next Thursday in Central Springs. Okay, so if you happen to be out there like me and you're thinking, man, it's getting chilly outside, and I know winter's a-coming, football season is upon us, volleyball is upon us, cross-country is upon us, but what about those winter sports that are coming up, and how do I stay warm, cozy, and looking my best when I'm at these events? Well, good news, the wrestling store is open, but it closes tonight. So we have got in front of us here Barbarian Apparel. That's the spot where you'll order your Saints, custom Saints apparel for wrestling. Some call it Barbarian Apparel. I say it's tomfoolery if you don't get in there and order this tonight. The store closes at midnight tonight. You don't have long to think about this, but they have some pretty cool stuff. Check out these singlets. We've got some zip jackets, some shorts, more singlets. Scrolling down here, we've got some a tri-blend jogger, as well as some polo shirts. And check this bag out. Like, you might see me sporting one of these. This is sweet. By the way, the link, by the way, is down below this video. It's in the description. You'll see a link to the apparel section. We also have, if wrestling isn't necessarily your thing and basketball is more your jam, there's a couple of basketball apparel sales going on. Now you have a little bit more time for these. If you want wrestling, get that in today because it closes tonight. Basketball has this one here from X-Grain, and my countdown won't match yours, by the way, because I'm shooting this earlier. But take a look at these jackets, full zip, hoodies. Let's take a look at this quarter zip as an example. Yes, you absolutely can customize. Mine might say Saints TV on it. Go back to that homepage and take a look at what else is available here. Check out this bag here. $38? More tomfoolery. It can't be possible, can it? It's possible, and you need to get your order in by October 17th. Hey, our friends at Damaris Hardware also have one going on for the basketball folks. So, yeah, we've got 3 stores open right now. This one is more in line with T-shirts, and we've got several colors of this one. We'll click this one just to take a look at some of the colors that they have to offer. But take a look at all those color options. You don't have to wear red. You can wear gray or black or a lot of different colors. Not too shabby, my friends. Not shabby at all. And the quality, look at these Under Armour men's locker tee for $30 with the Saints logo. You just got to stock up, right? Also, we got youth apparel in a lot of different designs. And again, multiple colors of each. And you know, winters are coming. Don't sweat it, my friends. Put a cap on your noggin. Keep yourself warm. This is also in the links below this video. To get these ordered, you have until November 5th to get these ordered. Thanks for supporting Saints Athletics. We broadcast this year for the first time. There's so much I have to learn about the rules, about the terminology, about so much of what happens with the sport. And I'm sure I've gotten many things wrong in the broadcast. And so maybe you want to take a moment to, is there anything that you'd like to clarify or discuss on from the broadcast itself, or?
Not on the broadcast itself, I don't think. But I think for a common one, I guess I guess I'll use the term lay people just watching.
Yep.
Is something like serving.
Yeah.
So serving strategies in volleyball are probably nitpicked by a lot of high school and junior high volleyball watchers that, it's a small ball. It's 900 square feet on the other side of the net. I can park 9 cars over there, and these kids just can't put this ball over there. It's tiny. Like, how can you not just pop a ball over and put the ball into the court? And I think as you get to the upper level of volleyball, you notice like sometimes it might feel like our high school team is missing a lot of serves. Well, if you watch a University of Minnesota or Nebraska game, some of the top teams in the nation, you might find they miss even more serves than we do. Well, then you start watching the Olympic level and like, do they do anything but miss serves? And it's very much one of those, like, as the levels get higher, or even for ourselves, like if we are going to play a really good team, how can we find a way for us to maybe generate points from the service line and not allow them to get easy points? Well, that's where the serving comes in. I guess I like to use other sports, like I said, as an analogy, because people, I think, sometimes understand other sports. But like, if I'm in baseball and I have a pitcher that's just going to go out there and throw meatballs and they're going to hit home runs every time, like, no, there's strategies to pitching.
Yes.
I'm trying to find certain areas, certain speeds, all that kind of stuff. And while I'm doing that, I might throw quite a few balls.
Yeah.
And the coach is probably not telling me, like, unless he's pitching out, he's not telling me, hey, throw a ball on this one. So like in our world, like, coach is not telling them to, hey, miss the serve this time. Like, we're giving them a specific spot we want them to go to that we think that we can generate a point from. But that has to do sometimes with pace and stuff as well. So we want to try and put them, we call it out of system. And out of system simply means, can they not get a spike back at us? Can we try and put them in a position where they don't basically hit that home run ball just because we gave them something so easy?
All right, so that was a little snippet from Coach Johnson. I did a full interview with him today. Great interview. I loved his analogy there, talking about volleyball. And we're not just pushing it across the net, right? We gotta leave the opposition in a position where they're not going to be able to just do their thing and spike it in our faces. There's a lot more to go with that, which we're going to air when we stream the volleyball game on Monday night, which will happen in Saint Ansgar. So it's pretty exciting. Our girls volleyball team is ranked in the state. I want to say 9th. I'm not sure.
That's right.
I haven't looked since final rankings have been out. But we get 3 home games in Saint Ansgar. And, of course, we're looking at one game at a time. You know, we're not looking ahead to the second or third game. We got a game Monday night. That'll start, I believe, at 7. Don't quote me on that. I should have done my homework and known that answer. But we'll be streaming that game. We hope if you're able to make it and cheer from the stands. We know the weather will be better in that gymnasium than it is out here, unless, of course, you like rain and cold.
It has gone to full miserable here in Lake Mills.
I'm looking at Joe, it's just dripping off of you.
It's funny because only my left side is drenched. The right side's completely dry. So, you know, it's all about
If
perspective.
you're listening from somewhere warm across the world, we don't really want to hear it.
Yeah, we've had a few of those.
You know, my own spouse, my wife just texted me that how nice and warm it is where she is. So, thanks for the support, dear. And then she's like, why doesn't the scoreboard work? I said, we announced it 7 times, so she's watching and not even listening.
No.
Oh, my God.
So if you're just tuning in or you're not listening, the scoreboard does not work.
Are we ready for some stats, gentlemen?
I am. Let's just put it in perspective here. We are at halftime in a game where the scoreboard doesn't work, but the rain doesn't seem to stop. It is cold and it's windy. It's halftime. The score right now. Joe, tell us the score right now. Tell Joe. Make Joel Carlson proud.
Joel, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is Saints 19, Lake Mills 6. So, and based on the stats, you know, a couple of passing plays have kind of led to that Lake Mills touchdown, or would very easily be 19-0. And then a penalty stop to drive for the Saints that, you know, looked like that was going in for a touchdown as well until a holding call made it second and long, and we couldn't get out of that one. Ended up having to turn the ball over on downs after going for it. So the offensive yardage is completely and totally lopsided in this game. The Saints have 195 yards of rushing in the first half unofficially. Connor King, 16 carries, 90 yards. Christian Michaels, 13 carries, 96 yards. So a tremendous first half for both of those two guys. Jace has 3 carries for 7, and Reagan Witt has 2 carries for 2 yards. For the Saints offensively, it has been all about the running game. My phone is so wet where I'm getting these stats that I can't even scroll to the next picture. Maybe it's my frozen fingers, but for Lake Mills, hey, we talked in the pregame about their running attack, right? Had 2 guys with 600 yards apiece. One of them, Logan Bacon, has -2 yards. The other one, Kaufman, has 8 yards and a fumble. So the Saints defense has stepped it up tonight and done their job against that running game. Passing, Helgeson is 3 for 5 for 66 yards. So obviously that one big pass play and then a really nice touchdown pass into the corner of the end zone for the Bulldogs is their offense tonight, is really those 2 plays. Other than that, the Saints have shut them down defensively. They just can't get anything going with that run game, either outside or inside. The Saints defense has done their job tonight in the first half. There will be some major adjustments made for both sides, so we'll see what happens here to start the second half. Lake Mills will get the kick in the second half, so they will get the ball to start quarter number 3.
And the rain has stopped a little bit, and the wind's kind of maybe picked up a bit. Do you think we're going to see a lot of passing from Lake Mills this second half, Joe?
I honestly, you know, at this point, down, Joel, help me, down 13 points. I think they'll have to. I think
especially with nothing going on the ground.
Yeah,
you'd think you would see that.
Yeah, and you know they've proven that that they can do it. You know that for in the first quarter, that pass here right in front of us was a thing of beauty. The touchdown pass was even nicer.
Yeah.
So you know, and the thing about passing, you do that, you get 3 shots at it, right? if you kind of abandon that run game and go throw it up a couple of times, then you make the Saints spread out a little bit and try to defend that, and maybe open up the run game a little bit. The weather is not conducive to being down 17 points in a football, or 13 points in a football game. There, I just did it again. Yeah. 13 points in a football game. In weather conditions like this, you don't want to try to be coming from behind, because the weather makes it that much more difficult.
But, 13, Lake Mills gets the ball to start the half, so they could go down and score, and then you got a one-score game. So.
Yep, exactly right. Anything can happen here. The Saints look to clinch a district championship. They got 24 minutes of football to go with a 13-point lead.
Yeah, I'm with you, Travis. 13 points is not enough of a lead. These guys have the ability to run. Don't be fooled by that stat, right? These guys know how to run the ball. We know how to stop. We know how to stop it. But as proven by that pass, you wouldn't expect a pass play like that to happen on a night like this. Yep. And they're going to have that wind direction in the fourth quarter to try that play again, and I'm sure they will.
Yep.
And we've tried a few pass plays as well, but Lake Mills' front defensive line has done a great job of getting into the backfield. Our linemen have missed some assignments, and we haven't been able to do anything through the air so far. So
you tip your hat to Stensrud and Helming. Both have done a tremendous job. When we have tried to pass, both of those guys have gone and got the quarterback and done a nice job. So, been a fun one. This first half was fun. The rain has quit again. We're back to no rain, but every time the rain quits, the wind gets worse. So I don't know which one's worse, but it is not raining at the moment as both teams come back on the field. We don't know how much time we have left before this third kicks off, but I would guess it's 3 or 4 minutes. Again, if you're just joining us here, the scoreboard is out here in Lake Mills. Does not work, so we have not had a scoreboard tonight. They're keeping the clock on the field. We will try to get you updated as much as we can. We do know that it is Saints 19. That was a test. Saints 19.
I wasn't sure if you were literally
Lake Mills
was that a dramatic
6.
pause?
I might have screwed it up. I might have screwed it up once, so I wanted a dramatic pause. So maybe I screwed it up.
Joel has confirmed, by the way.
Good.
So,
Thank you, Joel.
I'm gonna take a moment here before kickoff, and I'm gonna tell everybody out there listening, this is the moment that you have all been waiting for. I'm gonna change headsets here with the one, the only Slammin' Sammy P. He's gonna take over the third quarter. This is it, Sammy P.
The Lake Mills crowd is fired up to have Sammy joining us.
Hip hop bear horn.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sam, to the broadcast. Appreciate you joining us here. Awesome. This is your show here. I'll help you out. I'll be your color guy. Yep. You do the play-by-play, and I'll add when I can. But you got it, man.
All right, Sam.
Are there any sheets?
Yeah, here you go.
If you can keep it dry, you will. You'll be able to use that thing. Yeah. So here's a little inside broadcast, a little inside Saints TV for those of you at home. We have cards that we make up on some card stock that have, we got the Saints guys figured out, but we need them for the Lake Mills guys, right? Only once a year. So you can see what has happened to my call sheet tonight. My cheat sheet that has player numbers and names on it. Okay. And that's card stock. That's not a sheet of paper. That's thick, heavy card stock that has disintegrated into almost nothing. So Slam and Sammy has one of those. He's going to try to keep it drier than I kept mine. Sam, it is all yours. Take it away.
King is going to boot it to their 2 kick returners. Can't get their number, but
I believe that is Manis and Price. 4 is Price and 20 is Manis, but I'm just guessing because I can't see their numbers either. But that's who it's been throughout the night.
It's 21. Oh. King to boot. Kicks it. Pretty good kick. Gets down to the 15. They're returning it. They get it down to the 29, around the 29, 28.
Manis does do the returning. Corbin Michaels, Reagan Whitten on the tackle. Christian Michaels there as well. So, Sammy, you think we'll go to the air early here for the Bulldogs, or they keep it on the ground, drive one here?
Air.
Air, he's got a call.
Yep. Looks like the right formation. Nope. That is... Oh my gosh.
Kaufman. That's Kaufman. 8 is Kaufman. You all right?
It was Kaufman and Dylan Hansen on the tackle?
I think it might have been.
Yep.
So just a yard there. They do keep it on the
real
ground.
Short gain.
Yep.
Maybe not even a yard. From my angle, it kind of looks like they didn't
This-
even gain anything.
Saints defensive line has been great tonight.
Yep. Helgeson.
Pitches out to Bacon.
Pitches to Bacon. Gets around 5.
Reagan Witt did a great job that time. I believe that's
Figuring it out.
I thought the
Sparrow.
quarterback had it, but he got sacked there. But
And we talked about that staying home thing on
Only
defense.
3 yards.
They both did that. So really nice job by the Saints. Force him out of bounds. And again, that kid's got 640-some yards rushing on the season, has -2 tonight.
Probably helped them out of that. I think he has 1 yard now.
yeah,
Yeah.
you would have 1 yard. Good catch.
And pass. He will throw it. Kind of looks like something happened there.
Yeah, it didn't
Maybe
come out
the
clean,
winds?
maybe? Yeah, or did somebody get a piece of it?
It
Cold
looked
fingers?
like maybe Hillman got a piece of it.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Looks like a weird pass. Real weird.
I think it hit Hillman on the top
Oh,
of the
it
head.
did?
Just grazed the top of his head. Looked like.
Hit him right in the helmet.
Yep.
Looks like Lake Mill's a punt here,
All
Sam.
right. Well,
His arms are too long.
their punts have not been good so far, so hopefully they can get another bad one off. Or we could block it. Or they'll fake it.
You think, well, yeah, watching for fake here? Remster and Brum back to return.
Uh-oh.
We have a pre-snap whistle.
Oh, timeout. Lake Mills.
Looks like they didn't have enough players on the field. I saw one kind of walk off the sideline and line up in kind of the gunner position out here.
Yep. You know, we watched the Vikings last week burn a bunch of timeouts in the second half needlessly, and it cost them a chance to win the game at the end of the game.
Yep.
So it looks like Lake Mills is going to have to use one of theirs early here.
Why do you have to do my Vikings like that?
Sorry. I'm a fan. It's just really hard to be a fan.
Yep.
Really hard to be a fan right now.
You don't do it because it's fun.
So I'm glad I had the Saints on Friday night to pick up my football spirits.
Yep.
Save the weekend.
Yep, exactly right. Exactly right.
So 4th and about 7. I won't be surprised if they tried to go for it right here. Change the call?
Let's see what they do. If they punt it away,
No,
great.
I don't see the quarterback on the field.
Great job
No.
by the Saints. Exactly
No,
what they needed to start this second half, to get a big stop, get that football back right away.
I don't think you can go for it here. I think
No.
it's too early in the
Yeah.
third quarter. It's only a 2-score game. I think you just got to play, sound football, punt it away.
Okay.
Looks like the Saints are on guard for a fake here. They only have one guy deep. Dylan Brum's going to cover a receiver.
And
Got a penalty.
Might have been deflected.
Short kick. We do have a flag on the play.
What?
Right at the snap, we had a flag. Illegal shift on Lake Mills. That penalty is declined.
First down, Saints.
Where we're at here. Across midfield, right? In Bulldog territory for the Saints right away.
Punt went nowhere.
Short punt, no doubt. That's one of those the
Did
coach
Did
says.
it get shanked, or it looks like it. We didn't quite get a block.
Yeah, I think just a tough night to kick the football. It's just everything's harder when it's wet and cold.
It looked
and
like
windy.
me trying to hit my 5-iron. That's what it looked like.
Jace under center. He's going to hand it off to Connor King, who gets around 3 on Gary.
Short gain for the Saints there.
But
This defensive line of Lake Mills has been the best defensive line we've played since West Hancock. There's just no doubt about it. They played really well tonight.
really the hard games we've had this season, I mean, statistically, we're Osage, West Hancock or Fork?
Yep, West Hancock.
West Hancock and Lake Mills are probably the hardest games we had on the schedule.
I would
King
say I would
breaks
agree with that.
through, gets 3 again. 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 3 again.
A nice gain for Connor King there. He runs so hard.
Yeah.
I would not want to try to tackle him with cold, wet bones on a night like tonight.
It just hurts watching.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Saints from the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs.
I need quite a few of them 5-hour energies that you got, Joe, if I was going to get stand down of Connor King running at me.
And switch off under center. Hand off to King, who breaks through. He breaks a tackle. He's running to the end zone. Sheds a man off.
Oh!
It will be a forced fumble and a touchback for the Saints.
Oh,
what a tough break. Tough break for the Saints. That's a terrible rule. It's the worst rule in football that a ball goes through the end zone. It's somehow the other team's ball and a 20-yard gain. I just do not understand that rule. Needs to be changed. I know it's been a rule for 100 years, but it killed my Vikings earlier in the year. Now it hurts the Saints.
You know what probably happened? It's probably back in the 30s or something. There was some game where it hadn't happened before, and then the rest got together like, what do we do?
Yep. Great job by Logan Bacon there to come around and punch that ball out. So you get tip your hat. Great defensive play by number 5 for the Bulldogs. Going to reset the play clock here.
I mean, good hand positioning, too. He just riled back and punched straight through.
Yep. And that ball's slippery, so you got to hang on extra hard onto it, you know.
Looked like he didn't feel Bacon coming. Ferguson. It's going to be a pitch to Bacon, who cuts up field. Gets around 7 or 8.
Their best offensive play of the night. Maybe on the ground.
9.
But that's been their bread and butter all year, that pitch to Bacon outside. And they're going to have to live on that in passing plays with that run up the middle not working against the Saints defensive line. They're going to live on those 2 plays.
I'm seeing a pass here. That's what I'm thinking.
I like the call.
1 man in the backfield. Motion. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback, who gets stuffed by Chase Nesback.
Chase, Hunter Hillman was there as well. Connor King on the bottom of that pile. Just met him in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Huge play on 2nd and 2, right, to make it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, our line has really been getting that push up front on defense.
Wow. Just read that perfectly. I mean, fullbacks have not been getting good position. Geez, yards today. I mean,
just there's nothing doing for either fullback tonight.
Yeah. Helgeson. Motion. He's going to pitch it. Number 4, he cuts upfield, breaks the tackle. He will be going, and he will be tackled at the 49-yard line.
That's Price on the carry. Not often used, but, man, does he make the most of his opportunity there.
Yeah. Never mind, 47. Really weird angle up here.
It is a kind of a weird angle. It's hard to tell where that ball is. I've gone to watching the wing official here on this side. Makes it much easier to try to tell where the ball is.
Helgeson. Again, motion by Price. Another motion. Fullback dive. He's going to be stuffed again.
Gain of 3.
Kaufman really didn't get anywhere. Again, D-line read that perfectly.
You know, in that last play, the Saints have done a good job all night of getting out on the edge and making those sweep plays run all the way to the sideline before there's any room to breathe.
But he just cut up field and
great cut, great blocking. He's got good speed to get to the edge, and that's what happens. Get a 20-yard, 30-yard gain.
Price in motion again. Into the fumble! And King looks like he got on it, and he
sure does. Connor King with a fumble recovery. Saints ball.
From Helgeson, and it will be turnover on Lake Mills.
Turnover number 2.
Kind of looked like the Patriots right there. I mean, bad pitch. Everybody got through.
What a heads-up play by Connor King to go jump on that thing. Yeah. He beat the intended, was that Bacon or Kaufman? I'm not sure who it was. But he beat him to that football, and the Saints get one back. And how fitting, right? Connor King goes and gets one back.
And it looked on the ground. They both had their hands on it, and Connor King just rips it away from him, rolls over. Nope, that's my ball.
Squeeze off. It will be a handoff up the middle. Reagan Witt gets around 3 or 2.
Short gain on the play for the Saints. Again, like we said, no running room for either fullback tonight.
No, it's been rough up the middle.
Up the middle is real hard.
They do give him almost 4 on the play.
Good tough running from Reagan right there.
They got some big boys up front, like Mills does.
They do, no doubt. Good test for the Saints here.
Shwisa. Handoff outside to King. King shreds off a tackle, shreds off another one. Gets around 7 or 6 on the carry.
Forced out of bounds by Alex Manis there.
Real good job from Connor to stiff arm. Man, I was trying to tackle him and goes upfield for the game.
Again, Lake Mills got a good push there with the defensive line, and it was just a good decision to bounce that run outside and get a couple extra yards. So that play was supposed to go inside the guard and tackle there, I think.
Shwisa. It'll be a handoff to King, who breaks through, gets the first down for the Saints.
Nice run, Connor King. Gain of 6 on the play to the 26-yard line. The offensive line did their job, made him a hole, and Connor King hits it. Headed south for a first down.
The interior D-line has been just stuffing everything up. I mean, for both teams. I mean, it's really hard to run up there.
For sure.
It's probably why we're running all these counters. And it's another counter, handoff to Connor, but I think they recognized that they were going to run another counter, so.
Looked a lot like the last play.
Probably exactly what it was.
You know, this Lake Mills team has impressed me. They, after really taking it on the chin last week, that game against West Hancock was much closer than the score indicated. It was 41-0, but the Bulldogs left 2 touchdowns on the field, inside the 5 twice and unable to score because of turnovers. That game was not the blowout it looked like, and they've impressed me tonight.
Shwisa. Handoff off the middle to Christian Michaels, who gets a game, but I believe it's holding on the Saints.
Going to get a hold on the Saints. Just exactly what happened on that first drive of the play. Just a drive killer on 2nd and 10 to make it 2nd and 20 here.
I know that's something Clevenger doesn't want. I mean, he needs that O-line to be good for us to be able to run that ball.
Looks like they're going to call chop block, not a hold, but
same penalty. Maybe a bit more.
I believe that is a 15er, so that is worse. There's not many times you'd prefer a hold. We'd have preferred a hold there.
Yep.
2nd down and forever. All the way back to almost to the 38-yard line here.
Any update on the clock?
I have not heard a number. I've been trying to listen too. So what are we drawing up here, Sam?
Pass. Nope. No wide receiver on the field. For Sam. And
2nd and a mile.
Gonna be a pass. Never mind. He goes over the top, overthrows Hunter Hillman.
That tight end, kind of post pattern.
He had that opening. If he could have just threaded the needle, that would be a touchdown. But
needed a touch more air underneath that one.
Can't expect him to make that pass. So, I mean,
it was close, and Hillman was open. Jay saw him, got the opportunity, had the time back there to put it on him. Just couldn't complete it. Little too little air. Needed some more air under that.
Looks like somebody was pushing the lineman over to his side by him. So we saw it's gonna be a keeper. He tries to cut back inside, but it looks like a loss of 4.
Met by Helming and Stensrud both on the play. Those two have played a fantastic football game on the Bulldogs side of the field.
No, it looks like we will punt the ball. I mean, we've had good punts. They haven't. So
we got the win in our favor here. Let's get a good punt off here and pin them deep.
Like last time we punted, we got it to the 5-yard line.
Let's do that again. I got that ordered up.
Maybe a fake. No, we're not in the formation for that.
20 yards to the first down.
King boots it. Really good boot this time again.
A little too much into the end zone for a touchback.
So it'll be touchback. They'll get the ball at the 20. And Hopefully Saints defense can do what they did last drive. We'll just hold them for the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, we'll try. Again, no scoreboard here. It is 19-6 still, Saints. I would guess we're halfway through that third quarter. We will try to get you a time update when we can.
I think it just gave us a warning.
We were just talking about we're going to get you an update for it, and they said it, and we
It'll
missed
be
it.
a pitch.
That's Price.
Price. He will stay on his feet. Hurdles man stays on his feet. Oh my gosh. Dylan Brogdon shoves him out of bounds, so it is not a touchdown. Heck of a hustle from Dylan Brum right there.
Yeah, good hustle by Dylan Brum to force him out of bounds. But not before he gains
at least
60
50
yards on the play.
Yeah. Got to make those tackles. I mean,
yeah, that's just a lack of focus right there.
He stiff-armed a man, he juked a man, he hurdled a man. He basically did everything you could have done right there to make it a big play.
Everything has gone Lake Mills' way here in the third quarter.
Yep.
Well, not that fumble.
Yeah, other than the fumble. Yeah, you're right.
Ham in motion. It'll be a pitch to Ham. Nope.
The other breakfast meat, bacon. Saints do a good job forcing him out of bounds, forcing him to that sideline, short
Same
game.
Animal.
Same animal.
Gain of 4 in the play. Ball's at about the 20-yard line of the Saints.
Who's made that tackle?
So Lake Mills is driving here, taking advantage of a big play by Price.
That's exactly what you didn't want to see. Broken plays by the Saints on defense.
Pass play is what I'm seeing here. Nope. It'll be a handoff right up the middle to Boo Crawford. Right?
Yep, Bo Kaufman on the carry. Be 3rd and short. 3rd and 1. Lake Mills offensive line is moving Saints here all of a sudden.
Saints are looking a little gassed on this drive.
I mean, you can only hold them for so much in this weather. Bacon in motion.
I don't think that's what Clevin is thinking right now.
No. And it'll be a handoff right up the gut to Kaufman. He might have got it.
Going to give him the first down there. First down, Lake Mills.
Okay.
Ball at the 15-yard line. First down, Bulldogs. Inside the Saints red zone for the first time here in the second half.
This is going to be tough. We haven't really had to have a goal line stand recently, so.
Yeah, the Saints
Pretty
defense
tough.
looks to, again, outside of a couple of big plays, they played really well defensively. Just can't have those two big broken plays.
Run one back. Price in motion. It's going to be a pitch. Price will get outside, but he is tackled by Tyke Remster, who was able to get there.
Nice tackle by Tyke Remster. He said, not this time. Not letting you get outside this time.
Nope.
And Tyke makes a great tackle for a loss of a yard on the play.
Good job to shed the block by the white out there to get to him, too. Makes a big difference.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Last time I announced the concession stands line was really long. This time, it is not. Just gotta say that. And Hugman, fake pitch, pass. He's gonna throw it. It is gonna be incomplete. There is no pass interference on the play.
No, the defender has just as much right to go up and try to catch that ball as the offensive guy. Absolutely. No chance. There's never a chance to complete that pass.
Nope.
If he throws it where their guy can catch it, our guy's picking it off.
But as you talked about earlier, Joe, it doesn't matter if the ball is uncatchable.
Correct. But our guy was going up to catch the pass, too. So
Anything, it might have been on them. But
Yep, exactly. I think that's you have an opportunity to go catch the ball also as the defender.
Replay. Oh, yeah.
Lake Mills going to throw it 2 more times here, Sam. So they're going to call their second timeout in the third quarter. So they're down to 1 timeout for the rest of this game as Lake Mills calls timeout to talk this one over.
I'd say it's not the best clock management. I would.
Big play for them. You know, if you're Lake Mills here, this. You know, I don't want to say this is the game, but this is obviously a huge point in this game. They can make it a 1-score game, but they have got to have points here as the third quarter dwindles they're running out of time, and with a 2-score lead for your Saints.
I mean, they really just need a field goal. Even they're in field goal range right now. Even if they don't get it, they can kick a field goal and turn it into a 1-score game. But
did you say, Joe, they haven't really kicked it all this year?
Right. Yep.
Oh.
Exactly.
So-
I don't believe they're in any danger of kicking anything here. So.
oh no, it's not going to be a 1-score game. I forgot the score is 19-13.
19-6.
Make
it a 10-point
19-6
game with
Saints.
a field goal,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
But as we stated, I don't think we're likely to see the kicking unit here. Probably 4-down territory wherever they're at on the field, unless they're
Strong gust of wind
Exactly
right now.
right. Yep. And here comes a wind gust right just in time for 3rd down and 10 when they're going to have to try to throw the football.
2 wide receivers set.
It's Manis on our side here.
Guessing it's going to be a pass. Price. It's
Up
going to
the
be
middle.
a hand up the middle.
He
don't
goes
get
nowhere.
Interesting play call.
Absolutely.
Tough.
Trying to catch the Saints off guard,
Yeah.
expecting a pass there, and they didn't fool anybody up the middle. Reagan Witt and others say, no, sir. Loses a half yard, 4th down and 12.
That's questionable play call right there. Real question.
Sammy does not like the play call. Now we're going to get a timeout, Saints. So the
Based
Saints
on
want
the
to talk
result,
this
I wouldn't
one
like
over.
it either, as a Lake Mills fan.
Correct. So the Saints want to talk this one over defensively. They take their first timeout of the second half. Lake
I
Mills
think they're saying right now, don't get burned on this play.
Yep, exactly. I think here's the good news is they know that Lake Mills is going to try to throw the football.
Yeah.
So they're talking that over. Where are we doing? What are we doing coverage-wise? 24 is Ham. 20 is Manis. Those have been their 2 favorite receivers here this year. I wouldn't be surprised to see him split Logan Bacon out again to try to go out and get a pass there. You use your athletes in these situations. Big play for both sides of the ball here.
And then on that first scoring drive, those 2 pass plays that they hit on, those were pretty clever drawn up plays. So that's something you got to keep in mind too is make sure you're getting your assignments and you're not getting burned here.
See if they get creative here on 4th down.
I'd say drop your corners back into zone, protect the end zone, and not let them get in. Pass, as we expected. It's going to be a
ball's
fumble.
out. Ball is out.
It's going to be recovered by Chase Nesbitt.
Chase Nesbitt, cheesy with the fumble recovery.
There's a flag on the field. Hopefully it's holding.
Holding on the Bulldogs. It'll be Saint Ansgar football.
Who got there? Was that Connor on the strip sack?
Well, let's take a look at
Through with a huge play.
Looks like Connor.
Connor knocks the
Another
ball out.
sack on the year. This is back-to-back games with a strip sack.
Yeah. Knocks the
Pretty
ball out,
nice.
and then 77, Chase Nesbitt. My man Cheesy recovers the fumble. It'll be Saints ball at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter.
Which we saw. He's going to hand it off up the middle. And Connor King gets the big carry.
Connor King running like a man possessed right there.
A little fired up after that last play.
Yeah, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Saints lead 19-6. Huge turn of events there to end the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
The Saints get their 3rd turnover of the night.
And I believe that is probably going to seal the game.
I hope you're right. I'm not quite. It's a little early here for me, Sammy. But
a lot of football left.
Great job, Sammy. Thanks for joining us here. We appreciate it. You did a fantastic job. Can't wait to let you take some of this over as the years go on, man. So we've got the next generation of broadcasters right here on Saints TV.
Yep.
So the Saints, 12 minutes of football left to go here. The Saints try to lock up this district championship. They lead by 13. It is 19-6. If you're just joining us, there is no scoreboard here in Lake Mills. So we can't bring it to you because there isn't one due to technical difficulties for Lake Mills. I said it on that carry that, Connor King running like a man. I don't think he liked that that last drive where we kind of got stuffed 3 times running the ball, and I think it's a point of pride for these guys, and that was a, hey, I'm going to go take this game over right now. Let's see if he gets the ball here again. It's Christian this time, Christian Michaels. Gain of 4 on the play.
And that was a heck of a play by Connor, too, to you know, a lot of times you get running after the quarterback and you're like, I'm just going to hit him, right?
Right.
But to have those good hands, just, you know, when the ball's reaching back
in
to
danger,
throw it, you know,
yep.
like there's the ball, I'm going to get my hand on it, knock it loose. That's, you know, that's what great, the pros, that's what defensive ends are so good at.
Tremendous awareness of the situation, right? The wet ball, the cold night, the numb fingers, and to take advantage of that, wow.
2nd and 7. Suisow under center. Hands it off to Michaels.
No, he keeps it.
Oh, he does keep it. Round the end he goes.
You know, if you watch those plays, I mean, we run plays like that a lot where Suisow will give the fake and then he'll run around the end. And 99% of the time he doesn't have the ball. And that was a couple weeks ago. I heard Clev, Suisow had kind of stopped short. He didn't run it out. And Clev's like, run it out, run it out, run it out.
Right.
Even though he doesn't have the ball. And the reason they do that is because the one time he does keep the ball, you know, the defense is used to seeing him running it out, so then they're not going to, they kind of get, you know, used to it.
Used to that, yep. 3rd down and 4 for the Saints, nearing midfield. Handoff goes to Christian Michaels. Plows ahead, right at the marker. Let's see what they call here. Looks like they're going to mark him just short.
You know, we've had kind of a slow.
Gonna measure here.
Slow second half from Michaels. I mean, I mean, there's been a lot of turnovers and just weird stuff happening in this half, but he was really the guy in the first half, I thought.
Yep, absolutely, and you could tell Lake Mills made some really key adjustments in that at halftime. They've done a nice job of adjusting defensively. It is a 1st down, Saints, again by the nose of a football. Saint Ansgar gets the 1st down as they push across midfield into Lake Mills territory. Key drive here for the Saints to start the 4th quarter, go put 6 up on the board, and then I'll be on Sammy's side that I feel good that the Saints can salt this thing away. Yeah. If nothing else, just because they can burn so much clock with these drives.
The clock.
Yep, absolutely.
No reason to throw the football at all, right?
None.
We're going against the wind. We want to use up the clock. We have a 2-score lead.
Christian with the carry. Back to getting 4 or 5 yards on 1st down, which is what the Saints are needing to do here. They get 3 there. You know, again, those adjustments that Lake Mills has made, their defensive front has stepped it up here in the 2nd half and has played much better, limiting the Saints to 2 or 3 yards on 1st down instead of 5 or 6 that we were seeing in the 1st half in this 4th quarter. Connor King sweeps out to the left.
Ball's out.
Flag on the play. Ball is out.
I don't want to be a homer here, but I think I heard a whistle before that.
I do too.
Other play.
We have a flag on the play. I think they're marking him down, marking the runner down. They're going to get together and talk about it here. These 2 wing officials are going to discuss this.
Well, that ball got punched out. That ball got punched out.
For sure.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the replay while we wait for the
what are we
official word.
discussing then on the field? Do you know? What?
I thought when Connor got hit and went down, I thought I heard a whistle.
Gotcha. That they were calling him down before the ball's out?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Well, the ball is clearly out. I mean, that's 100% a fumble. But I think if the ref blows the whistle, the play is dead.
The play is dead.
Correct.
So that would be a huge break for the Saints if that's the case.
And it looks like it will be.
That's what it will be.
So it remains Saints ball. We have not got an indication on the penalty flag yet.
You'd have to think of holding, maybe. It was pretty far behind the play to hold the flag.
So it looks like the referee, the white hat, is going to come over and have a conversation with the Lake Mills coach. He wants an explanation as to what happened there. Inadvertent whistle, then? Is that what we think happened?
That's what I think.
The wing official here blew the play dead, and then we picked up the penalty flag?
No flag.
I am confused as well. We did not get the explanation, so we're just going to call it 2nd and 7 for the Saints at the 45-yard line.
2 big breaks for Saints there.
Hand off to Michaels. Loses his footing and goes nowhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Saints on a key drive here to start the 4th quarter, leading 19-6. Been a crazy night of football here, especially in the second half. We have seen it all, and not all of it good for your Saints, quite frankly. But
a lot of weirdness, I think.
A lot of weirdness, yep. And we talked about the weather, and it's been a huge factor in that weirdness. Looks like we're losing our footing on every play here in the second half. Schweiss under center, back to pass, over the middle to Hillman. He gets his hands on it, but it's knocked away. Had 3 defenders on him. Good job by Hillman to go up and get a piece of it. I don't know how he got any of it.
Yeah.
Manis is down, number 20. Alex Manis is down on the play. He's going to get helped up. Looks like he got the wind knocked out of him. I think Hillman might have landed on him. So it'll be 4th down and 7, and the Saints will punt it away.
Probably not a ball that Schweiss should have thrown.
He was very well covered.
I'm surprised they threw the ball at all, stopping the clock.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was try to catch him off guard, right?
Yep, exactly. Trying to do something there. Connor King on the punt. Another good punt. Great punt for Connor King. It bounces inside the 5 and is downed.
Ooh.
Christian Michaels downs the ball inside the 5-yard line.
I think they're inside the 1.
Let's see where they mark it here. It is way down there. It is at the 1-yard line. Wow. Great punt by Connor King. Christian Michaels with the great coverage. The Lake Mills announcer says it's at the 2-yard line. We can't tell from this angle, but it is way down there. Huge opportunity here for the Saints to get in defensively.
And that's exactly the punt you wanted because, like we said, the Saints got 2 big breaks there. The crowd here was not happy about those calls, and rightfully so. So the last thing you want to do is give the ball away to the Lake Mills when they're pissed off.
Yep, exactly. Looks like that's Kaufman on the run. Short gain on the play, gets it off the goal line, but not much. Not much doing there. Gain of 3.5. Make it 2nd down and 6. So they get a little breathing room, get off the goal line with that run to Kaufman. Lake Mills has done a good job of running the ball here in the second half. They've stayed committed to it, and their offensive line has played much better in the second half. Saints have been tested here defensively in the run game for the first time in several weeks. Helgeson puts a man in motion. Gonna throw it. Our defender falls down, but the pass is dropped. Dylan Brum was in coverage, was in a good spot, fell down, and Ham was wide open, but can't bring it in. The Saints catch another break.
That one looked like it was going all the way across to the other end zone, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a huge miss for their offense.
Quarterback kind of threw it off the wrong shoulder there, so he had to twist his body back around, which I think influenced that. That would have been a tough catch to make. But our guy fell down. He was wide open, and that could have been another big play for Lake Mills.
That's the deal where the quarterback doesn't know the defender's on the ground.
Exactly, yeah.
He's trying to throw a perfect pass when all he's got to do is get it there. Big break for the Saints. Helgeson on 3rd down pitches out to Bacon. He's wrapped up nicely in the backfield and brought down. That's Reagan Witt. Stays home, initiates the tackle. A couple guys finish him off. It'll be 4th down and 5 for Lake Mills, and they're going to punt it from their own end zone here. Great stop for the Saints. They needed that one. In what's been a weird second half, the Saints defense steps up when they need to and shuts down the Lake Mills offense. Saints lead 19-6. We'll say something like half a quarter left to go here. We've not heard a time update. Poor punt again. Connor King almost gets in to block it. Instead, it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. The Saints will have a short field here to try to go put this thing away and win themselves a district championship in Lake Mills. So just a crazy night. We saw a couple of calls go the Saints' way on that drive, or on this drive. Then we get a wide open receiver that's missed after our defender falls down, a short punt, and the rain starts again here in Lake Mills. But
At least it's cold and windy.
At least it's cold and windy. And it is raining as hard and as serious as it has all night. In a downpour, Jay Sweesow under center. Hands it off to Connor King. Off right tackle, he goes for a gain of 4 on first down. Logan Bacon in on the tackle. We're going to continue to listen for a clock update. Obviously, that's important to Saints fans at this point is how much time is left in this thing. I wish I knew. I would tell you.
Because I'm cold.
So the Saints are in the red zone again. 2nd down and 6, maybe 7. Saints look to put this thing away here with a touchdown drive. They can put this game out of reach in a miserable night in Lake Mills. Connor King met in the backfield and tackled by Price. That is Price. That's number 4. He gains a yard on the play. Somehow gets a yard out of it, but a great tackle by Price.
Those defensive ends for Lake Mills have done a great job of setting the edge all night.
Yes, they have. The Saints defense has been the star of the show again tonight. As the offense has struggled, especially here in the second half. Scored all 19 in the first half, and they've been unable to get anything going here there are 6 minutes left to go. We just finally got a time update, so we have 6 minutes to go in this football game here in Lake Mills. Handoff, keeps the legs running, churns ahead.
Reagan Witt, right?
Reagan Witt with a first down run for the Saints. What a great run. Refused to go down. Reagan Witt hasn't had a lot of opportunities the last couple of weeks. Makes the most of that one. We haven't handed it off inside to a fullback since early in the third quarter.
He's been quiet tonight.
So it's been, I think we caught them a little bit off guard, and Reagan refused to go down. Gets a huge first down for the Saints. Under 6 minutes to go here in the game in Lake Mills. Saints lead 19-6. Hard-nosed, tough-running Saints football here tonight. Jay Sweesow to Michaels. Michaels cuts it up. Touchdown, Saints! Christian Michaels with a 10-yard touchdown run makes it 25-6 Saint Ansgar. So the Saints look to put this one away here. 5 minutes to go in this football game. They take a 19-point lead pending this extra point or 2-point conversion. Let's see what the Saints do here in this big spot. Obviously, the difference between 19 and 20, not a key number. Looks like we're going to try to make it 21. Here we go. Jay Sweesow under center. Pass. Caught. But short of the goal line. So the conversion, 2-point conversion is no good. It remains 25-6 Saints. So Saints lead by 19. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the football game. In what has been a sloppy second half for both teams. Multiple turnovers for Lake Mills. Some penalties and some tough running for the Saints. But battle is what we needed, and battle what they did. Lake Mills showed up tonight and gave the Saints everything that they wanted in this football game. With 5 minutes to go, the Saints have a 19-point lead. So not a perfectly executed game, but a good game for the Saints. The starters stay in. You know, I've talked a little bit about this with a few parents. Is the starters haven't played a full game in several weeks. So, you know, in terms of playoff conditioning, getting ready to play a 4-quarter football game, good to see that tonight. In tough conditions, those guys stayed on the field. You know, Connor King has an off gray jersey and pants on tonight.
Oh my goodness,
you can see him as he's going to kick off. He has put the work in tonight, and his uniform shows it.
Yeah, as we're zooming in and out of the players here, there is a very distinct difference between some of the colors of those jerseys.
Yep, we got a little youth, some backup players on the kickoff coverage team here, so you can definitely tell the difference between Connor King and a few of those guys. Connor with another good kick, hits the ground and is fielded at the 15-yard line by Price. He runs it up to the 30-yard line. where he's met by Reagan Witt, Joe Clevenger, and a host of Saints. Looks like Toby Kennedy in on that coverage there as well. It'll be first down Lake Mills, trailing by 19. The ball at their own 30-yard line.
Joe, I agree with you in your comments about, I'm also really impressed with how Lake Mills is playing tonight. You know that they're beat up after last week. They took a heck of a loss in a game that, like you said, wasn't as close as the score indicated. But to come here and play like this tonight, pretty impressive.
Yep, they've played really well.
Got a score update for you from around the conference. Oh, sorry. Wait for this play to begin.
You're good. Helgeson back to pass. It was too much for Ham, Sparrow, Schwiesow, and Dylan Brum in on coverage. Go ahead, score update.
West Hancock is beating Newman Catholic 67-13.
67-13.
Fourth quarter. And I saw Osage is up 45-0, I think, over Olwine, I believe.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the score update. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 30-yard line. Let's see if they go back to the air here or try to get the ball outside on a pitch. I predict one of those two is coming. Had motion penalty early, handoff to Kaufman. He goes nowhere, and they're going to get a motion penalty here. Let's see what the Saints do. Illegal shift. That penalty is declined, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 for Lake Mills from the 30-yard line. Inside the 30-yard line now. So he just, nothing doing there for Kaufman. For, again, a kid who's got 650 yards on the season, the Saints have done a great job of keeping him in check defensively. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Bulldogs from the 29-yard line. Helgeson back to pass. Over the middle. Incomplete. Great effort by Logan Bacon. I thought he might have got it. The umpire says no, sir. The ball hit the ground. He made a great effort at it, but just a little too low. Wasn't able to get his hands underneath it. It'll be 4th down for Lake Mills.
Let's see on the replay.
We have the advantage of having a replay.
No, sirree.
Hit the ground?
Yep.
He sure acted like he got it. He thought he got it.
No.
Ball hits the ground.
Definitely on the ground.
Lake Mills is going for it here. Three wide
enough.
Receivers, 2 on the bottom of the screen, 1 on top here. Back to pass is Helgeson, looking for Bacon. It's thrown up and knocked down by Jay Schwiesow. Great job by Jace to knock that ball down. Saints will turn over the Bulldogs on downs, and the Saints are going to win this football game. Sammy, I'm in your court now. The Saints have a 19-point lead, have the ball inside the 30-yard line with probably, 4 minutes to go in this game, something like that. We have not heard a time update, but the Saints will look to burn the rest of this clock up here and go punch the ball.
4:09 remaining, I thought he said?
4:09 remaining.
Don't quote me on that.
No, we're going with it. Nobody can prove us wrong.
I'll quote you. I'll quote you.
4:09 left in this game. The Saints look to seal this thing and win their first district championship since 2020. Schwiesow under center. Hands it off to Michaels. Finds a seam, cuts upfield, takes a big hit, but not before he gains 7 yards on 1st down. I tell you what, Helming, Stensrud, those guys are the real deal for Lake Mills. They've played great tonight. Big physical guys. I think Lake Mills, obviously this is a tough district. I think we have 3 great teams in this district with West Hancock, Saint Ansgar, and Lake Mills. I think Lake Mills could make some noise next week. They're going to be a tough 3 seed in these playoffs here in Class A. Handoff goes to Michaels again. Charges ahead for a short gain. Going to be 3rd down.
If you remembered a couple years ago, Joe, I think it was the last game of the regular season. Lake Mills came to Saint Ansgar in 2019.
Yep.
And would it be Bacon? Are they brothers? Bacon?
I believe they're brothers. Yep. So Logan, number 5, his big brother, I believe, is Caleb.
Yep. So he was a linebacker on that 2019 team, and he's playing down at Iowa State now. So a heck of a player.
Yep.
And I just remember him dominating that game as a defensive linebacker and being really impressed. And they've got some good players on this team as well. So
yep, no doubt about it. The wind is howling here. You can probably hear it. It just keeps getting stronger. Schwiesow hands it off to Connor King. Both hands on that football. He was not giving that thing up. I think we may get a measurement here. The ball is right at the line again to gain. Either way, Saints will go for it if it is 4th down. We're going to look and we're going to take a measurement. So the Saints have gotten first downs on these measurements 2 other times tonight. See if we can get one more to salt this thing away. If not, it'll be QB sneak time for first down.
You seem pretty confident, Joe.
That was my official call. Unneeded. First down, Saints.
I say run it anyway.
The clock.
Yeah, why not?
QB sneak anyway.
The clock runs. Has to be under 3 minutes to go in this football game at this point. And the Saints have the ball 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line. I heard 2:21, 2:28, something like that.
41, 31, 51.
Yeah. So under 3 minutes to go in a football game. Saints need to run 6 offensive plays here. Or less, depending on how things happen, to burn this clock up and win a district championship. Handoff goes to Connor King. I think half the defense thought Jay still had it.
Cameraman, too. I follow the defense, mostly. You just kind of, if you're not sure where it is, follow the mob. The mob was following the guy that didn't have the ball.
King runs for 7 yards on first down. Again, he's running like a senior who doesn't want this thing to be over. Not, and there's something special about a senior playing in what might be their final game, right? And every week now, from here forward, this could be it. This could be the last time I get to put on a Saints uniform and put this
There will
helmet
be
on.
one more after this.
There will be one more after this. So not today.
Could be the
but
last
he's running like a kid who says, I don't want this thing to be over ever. Jace, back to pass, and it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. Tyke Remster with an 11-yard touchdown reception. Makes it 31-6 Saints. Lake Mill student section doesn't like the pass call there. Saints score, makes it 31-6 Saints.
Ball for 2.
I thought that was a work of art. That was a beautiful pass by Jace. Yeah. Jace Sweetsout to Tyke Remster. Again, I love that kind of quick slant pattern where only Tyke can catch that thing, shields the defender with his body. Saints are going to go for 2 here. Have not been successful in going for 2 tonight and will not get there again tonight either. So the going for 2 thing has not worked for either team tonight very often. But the Saints go up 31-6 on Lake Mills on a hard-fought game with about everything you can see happen in a football game. We had a fumble out the back of the end zone for a touchback. We had multiple fumbles. We had a pitch that went to nobody. We had a wide-open receiver missed after the defender fell down.
We had a fumble that was called not a fumble.
Right, because of a whistle. We had a penalty on that same play that just evaporated. I'm not sure what that was.
Drop the flag, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if that's an inadvertent whistle thing where the whole play just gets erased. Because of that?
Well, I guess it depends what... But the penalty, though...
The penalty gets called in that situation. That's what I'm not sure of. And we'll get an explanation from Coach here midweek, and we'll try to fill you in next week on the mystery of that play. We'll try to get an answer.
I want to bring up a quick slide here, guys, before that kick. We didn't do trivia. Connor King was 9 for 9 on PATs last week. That's one shy of the record PATs in a single game. Who has the record? And what year? Did they kick more than 9? Who has?
Who has more than 9 PATs in a game?
More than 9 PATs in a game.
Wow. Connor King to do the kick in here. Kicks it off short. That ball's on the ground and live. Lake Mills falls on it. It'll be first down Bulldogs with the Saints with a commanding 31-6 lead.
With all of the excitement with Slam and Sammy in here and all the extra time we took kind of helping him fight off the ladies as he was walking off the bleachers, we didn't get the trivia question in. So feel free to throw them in the comments if you think you know the answer. You don't have to know it. You just have to think you know it.
You have to think you know. So give us some answers there in the comments to the trivia question of the week. Who has the record for the most PATs in a football game?
That's us.
Helgeson back to pass. And that is batted down by Hunter Hillman. Insult to injury. I believe Connor King was held on the play, and they're going to back him up 10 yards here. Connor King laying under offensive lineman. Tackled by his face mask, perhaps. So they're going to back him up. It'll be first down and 20 for Lake Mills. So happy for this group of senior Saints. You know, they came into this year, I think some people overlooked maybe how good this team might be. They wasn't sure what this group would bring. They have done everything that they have asked of them this year. Chase Nedved finishes it off with a sack of Helgeson there. Cheesy's played a game tonight. He's one of those seniors that stepped up and played fantastic football, especially this second half of the season. He's been so good, and a big part of why that running game right up the middle goes nowhere, because we've got Cheesy saying, not through here, young man. So much fun to watch.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
He's a big fella, and he's relentless. He's just really gotten so much better. You know, a kid that got some time last year and really committed himself and has played great this season. Lake Mills hands it off to Kaufman up the middle. He falls ahead for a yard. It'll be third down and 19.
24 seconds left.
24 seconds left to go in this game. Your Saints are going to be district champions for the first time since 2020. Phenomenal season for the Saints. They go 8-0 and wrap up a perfect season, headed into the playoffs, will likely be the #1 seed in the final poll, and of course will be the district champion. They will play a #4 seed next week at home at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Congratulations, Saints. Thank you for a great regular season. Can't wait to see what the next weeks bring. Obviously, one game at a time. That'll be their focus starting next week. And hats off to Lake Mills. They played a tremendous football game tonight. I think the score is probably close, like last week. Score's closer than it looks.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they made a couple of mistakes that they couldn't afford to make at key times, and the Saints took advantage of that and go away with a 31-6 victory.
You know, Lake Mills, they finished the season with just 2 losses to us and West Hancock. So a great season for them as well. Yep. When you lose to the #1 and #3 teams in the class, you know, nothing to hang your head about. They'll be a hard out in the playoffs. So fun night here in Lake Mills. The Saints win in one of the goofiest football scores you'll ever hear, 31-6. That seems like a strange way to get there, maybe. Yeah. That is for sure. So Lake Mills does not complete a pass in the second half. End up with 66 yards passing. That's probably the difference in the game. Yep. They got their running game going, which they knew they needed to do. But the Saints hold them to less than 100 yards rushing, which is a victory, right? That's what the Saints needed to do tonight. 66 yards through the air for Lake Mills, and like I said, right around 100 yards rushing unofficially. For the Saints, 0 completed passes tonight, so we didn't do anything through the air. We kind of thought that might happen.
We had a touchdown.
Oh, we did have a touchdown.
That must not be on my stats here just yet. Yes, I have my stats already.
Well, so they gave them to you a little early.
They might have, and maybe that, you know, the service here in Lake Mills isn't fantastic. That could be at the end of the third quarter. Is possible. That just came through as well. So yes, 1 completed pass. That was to Tyke Remster, much to the chagrin of the Lake Mills fans. Yes. I don't know if you could pick that up through our mics, but between the coaches in the box behind us and the student section in front of us, they did not like us throwing the ball in that situation.
The students thought that maybe we were running up the score, but you know what? Why not take an opportunity to try and make a play there? And
we're going to need that play to win a playoff game. You mark it down right now, and we needed that. We needed the rep right there, and that's what it's about. And I'm glad the Saints got it in.
You got it. Well, there goes the Saints to the locker room. Hey, we did get some guesses on the trivia. By the way, you know, and I don't know if kind of had my back to the computer here. I wasn't sure if you're showing replays, but the shakeup. I'm always impressed to see 2 quality groups of kids, and really, you just had 2 quality groups of kids shaking hands there, truly congratulating each other on a good season. It's just so fun to see great kids, great sportsmanship. What a great end of the season here for the Saints. We do have some guesses, Joe.
All right.
On the trivia question, which I'll pop that up here one more time. I don't know if you got through all the stats yet or not, but I'm going to throw the trivia question back up. Joe's trivia question of the week. Connor King was 9 for 9 in PATs last week. One shy of the record. Of course, that's 10, right? If Joe's calculator's right. Joel Carlson, we need you on that.
That's a 70-point football game.
Yes.
Oh, there's a good hint.
Who has a record?
How many times have we scored 70 points?
And what year? So we've got, let's see what our guesses are. Here in the rain, going to wipe the water off my screen here. James Hansen says Sage Holsizer against Rockford.
That'd be a good guess. Sage was a heck of a good kicker. It was against Rockford, but it was not Sage Holsizer.
Eric Powers says Bobby Patterson, as does Lost Generation 8. That's an interesting name.
That is
I like it, though.
Mr. Squire.
That's Mr. Squire.
Lost Generation 8 is Jason Squire.
Yeah,
Bobby Patterson, another great Saints kicker. I believe he's the kicking coach at UW River Falls in Wisconsin. That's how good at kicking he was. I believe he had 7 or 8 PATs in a game, but never more than 9.
I have 1, 2, 3 guesses. Kim Beeland. Oh, she's 2 of them. Come on, Kim Beeland. You're asking. Well, she did put the year. She says Jack Mendoza, 2017, as does Lane Merton, says Jack Mendoza, 2017. Joe, what do you say?
The correct answer is Jack Mendoza, 2017.
Right.
I had my notes.
Whoops, that's not it. What's the button?
Oh,
Where's
there
the
we go.
cheers?
I don't think Kim Beeland is eligible to win a prize because she may have seen the notes sitting on my desk at home. I call foul on Kim Beeland guessing Jack Mendoza. I don't know if we can. But Jack Mendoza did have 10 good. Here's the crazy part. He missed 2 PATs. He was 10 of 12 in that game.
Oh, man. I was against Rockford, huh?
Sammy, thanks for joining us tonight. You did a fantastic job again. What a great night here in Lake Mills. Your Saints win 31-6 and our District 2 champions. Head to the playoffs next week as the number 1 seed and the number 1 overall seed headed into the playoffs. We will know tomorrow sometime who the Saints' opponent will be. It will be a 4 seed. That's the benefit of winning your district, is you get to face a team who finished 4th in their district. And, of course, you get to play that football game at home. So it'll be a must-win from here forward. That time of year where you got to win. You win or go home. And that makes life fun as you go forward. Rushing for the Saints tonight. Guys, how many yards do you think we had on the ground?
Most
Saints. They got a 250, 282.
All but 10.
Almost all of them, exactly right. Just over 300 yards rushing for the Saints. Nice. Connor King has 154 yards on 26 carries, 2 touchdowns. Christian Michaels adds 122 yards on 20 carries. And Reagan Witt has 5 carries for 18, but that last one, sealed the game, set that up for that touchdown pass. That was the end of the story, the end of the night. The Saints do exactly what they needed to do tonight. This is a tough situation. You come in to a miserable night weather-wise with the wind and the rain and the field that's got 2.5 inches of rain in the last 48 hours and all the pressure of, hey, we've kind of been perfect and we'd like to keep that going, and they step up and do it tonight. Do it unconventionally. Maybe it didn't go exactly the way the Saints thought it might go. Had some crazy stuff happen throughout this football game, but a win is a win. They get it done, and your Saints move to 8-0 headed into the playoffs.
You talk about Reagan only having, 5 carries for 18 yards. I think back to 2011, John Sievert. He
wrecking ball John Sievert.
Wrecking ball John Sievert. But his regular season, it doesn't stand out to me in my memory.
Nope, agree.
Tony Heimer and, those guys really carried the Kyle Hansen, I believe.
Had the gaudy stats in the regular season.
Mm-hmm. And then we went down to, I think it was Woodbury Academy or Wood something Academy. I
Yep.
don't remember the name of it, but he had his like coming out game in the playoffs. John Seaver did,
Yep.
and then that whole postseason he just ran all over everybody we faced. So
Yep.
even though Witt's maybe not getting the carries tonight, maybe he's had a couple of tough games. Watch out because you can get your opportunity in the next playoff game, and that could really turn your season around if you haven't had as good as one as you would have hoped.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you,
And-
Sammy.
And that's the kind of
Sammy's dad.
the kind of thing that happens right in the playoffs is
sure.
you want to key on stopping Christian Michaels or Connor King. Well, that's fine. Reagan Whitt will eat you up.
Yep.
And tonight it looked like they were focused on stopping that inside run game with Reagan, and then Connor and Christian obviously had a field day or field night. I don't know. Yeah. So. Great regular season for the Saints. Obviously, more to come, and going to be a fun week as we prepare for a playoff game. We may try to do some special stuff on Saints TV as we roll into next week.
Well, let me make the statement. There's no guarantee that we get to stream next week. We have to apply with the state now and pay the state. So hey, that give butter stuff is actually really, really important. We expect that we'll be able to stream next week and the following week, and we just got to keep winning. But right now, it's up to the state to decide whether or not we get to stream. As the home team, we should have the right to stream next week, and we expect to be here on Saints TV next Friday, 7 p.m. But better yet, be in the stands in Saint Ansgar.
Yep.
We hope to see you there.
Be there. Get there. If you can be there to help cheer from the stands, we need you to do that. If you can't because you're in Mexico, then we understand. Tune in here in Saints TV.
It's worth a flight. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. Better yet, we'll see you Monday night for the girls' volleyball.
Go Saints volleyball.